Cornetto trilogy or however
It's
many
just
they've
yeah,
done.
it's just the 3 movies actually.
Well played.
I'm streaming the wrong thing. I'm streaming, but I'm streaming the wrong thing. That means I'm really good at this, right?
You are so good.
No,
You're
it
the
doesn't.
best.
We want this. There we go. That's better.
I already got that open. Whoops.
All right, I'm gonna mute Perry. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Actually, it's probably not a bad idea. I'm still kind of getting situated. I just need one more cable.
What happened?
Oh, he was just humming. He was just humming.
Oh yeah, I went into my standard
thing.
Sim.
That laptop ever work out? Ever do anything for you?
It has, but not for this. It doesn't mesh well with my microphone and interface and stuff. But I have used it for other things, and it's been lovely, especially when my wife needs her laptop and I need to be doing things.
Yeah.
So it has been a big help in those situations.
I got rid of a couple of old Chromebooks too. By my folks were talking about some families that were having a rough time back in my hometown. The school, like a fire started in the machine shop. Pretty big one. Like some oily rags and sparks from like a grinder got into the oily rags and started. And apparently the kind of fire that it was, a kind of smoke or whatever, was a plastic permeating like contaminant.
Yeah, they have.
Yes. So all of the food containers in the entire school were made non-usable. Like so, all the food, so much, like tons of stuff. So this whole year, basically, the school has had to be like the high school kids are using one of the naves of one of the nearby churches. Like everybody's spread out across the whole town trying to make it all work. And there's more remote stuff again happening, and like this one family that had like one computer between the 5 kids or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled out some old Chromebooks that technically aren't being supported anymore, but they're enough to like log in and just do your homework and stuff. So
yeah,
I have a lot fewer laptops laying around. I have none extra laptops laying around anymore because I've shifted them all over.
None more laptops.
No more laptops. Anyway.
Thank you. I really. Yeah,
and that's all good.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
So,
all right, switching over to be with you in the real thing in just a second.
Yes. When we last left, so we're going to be we'll see how this is going. When we last left our heroes, Mitzi wasn't pregnant. Phew. Neither was Silas. He's apparently his bloodline's apparently been messed with by aliens. So really, that somebody should clarify that it didn't happen, because I suppose it's possible. Perry and Caleb were atop Exemplar Tower and had been talking with Vigil and with Blackbird, and they had just disappeared fairly recently into the tower with Blackbird saying, yeah, I've got someplace we can house this other version of Dr. Infinity. And I'm just going to pretend that's a good idea because Vigil is the senior person, and if it turns out to be a stupid idea, I can blame them for it. So that's happening, and then while the conversation was going on with Mitzi's family, they all kind of look at the TV and go, are you going to, since you're telling us that you're a superhero now, are you going to have to deal with that? Whereas that is essentially this thing that's happening on the screen over here in the stream, with a bunch of would we say evil Dr. Infinity? The no holds barred Dr. Infinity, Uh,
The
drone.
training wheels are off.
The training wheels off, Dr. Infinity. No,
We just have Ultron and Vision, is what it is.
no bowling alley bumpers on this Dr. Infinity version. Is out there and has the place surrounded. Do you guys want to be doing something with that? So, yeah, that's about where we started or left. Thanks.
Real quick, Joyce, you're probably going to want to click the focus and then click it again so that you can see Frank, because I can see him, but he's not showing up on the stream.
Thank you. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's dapper. Jesus.
Isn't he, though?
If I had known I was going to...
He is dapper and he is muted.
If I'd known it was going to be that kind of party.
I figured we were putting we might be putting a bow on season 1, so it might be cool to throw on it.
To get all dressed up for the final battle.
Dress up for the final battle.
Oh, this old thing?
The funny thing being that is actually the kind of things that Perry would theoretically show up to a fight in.
This is what I'm saying.
Hang on.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, Mo's there.
I don't care.
Mo's also dressed up with a tie and a vest and.
Oh yeah, let me just. All right, I'm gonna feed you. Okay, okay, I'm listening now.
It's okay, needy puppy. I got you.
My puppy's name?
Raina.
Raina. That's right.
Our puppy, one of our puppies, has to begin the march of daily radiation treatments for 3 weeks, starting in a couple of weeks. And the best part is, it's in Boulder, which is
a bit of a drive for you.
Yeah. If Denver, if the greater Denver, the round disc that is the greater Denver area, were a plate, we would be at the very bottom. I'm located somewhere at the very bottom of the plate, out on the rim, on the edge of the plate, where you like put your green beans and stuff that you don't want to eat. And Boulder is where the milk glass is.
Oh,
so
yeah,
and my wife and or I, but probably mostly my wife, is going to be doing that drive every day and then hanging out waiting for the radiation treatment to finish every day while she runs her business. Luckily, her boss is very understanding.
You have enough remote systems in place from the last couple of years, I'm guessing that.
Yeah, and a lot of her stuff, I mean, she's a literary agent, so a lot of her stuff is essentially a lot of email and phone calls and stuff like that, and she can kind of do that from wherever she is. And since her boss is her, again, super understanding. So, anywho, but yeah, puppies are on the mind lately.
Why do I feel like Sean is leaning into the camera to tell us some ominous secret?
No.
I looked. I was like, Are we? Oh God.
I was.
So this is going to be like, no, you have to fight me instead of Dr. Infinity.
I was completely zoned out. That's all that was.
Okay.
All right. That's fair.
Okay. The backwards hat aesthetic is dope.
Lean into it. All right.
Ready for the.
So, back at Shea Ramirez? Ramirez? Am I making up that last name? I almost never use Mitzi's last name. I never. Like I may have never actually said it in 30 sessions. So.
That's right. That is Mitzi. Yeah.
Yes. Back at Shea Ramirez. What are y'all doing? Looking at that helicopter footage on HCTV.
So yeah, I kind of look over and I'm like, yeah, I guess we got to go deal with that. Well, this has been a great conversation. I'm glad that we cleared everything up.
Oh, and I wouldn't say that. Says the dad.
It's a good start.
And what else do we need to talk about?
No, it's just, I haven't given your boyfriend nearly enough trouble about dating my daughter and taking care of her in the manner to which she has become accustomed. So
that's fair.
His ability to provide, protect, Incidentally, this is also a school night, so let's not stay out to fighting evil for say past 8. Just to double check on your homework and everything.
We will try and have the threat neutralized before curfew.
That seems best.
Have goals.
All right.
Or at least call. Let us know you're going to be late.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. We'll check in.
Yeah, Dad! Dad! It's going to be... Jesus! It's going to be...
Sorry.
I'm going to need another 15 minutes!
I got her on the ropes!
Did Xiao call about the chemistry? Anyway.
What's my password to Roll20? Hold on. There we go. I'm in now.
Hacker voice. I'm in.
Also, once we move scenes, I'm gonna turn off camera because I am like it's still in like post dog park like clothes, and I'm just like ugh.
Ugh. I got you.
You're in the I just pulled Raina out of a lake clothes.
Yeah, and gave her a bath, and she decided just to air dry like right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Get off the counters, Mama. Hold on.
I thought we just all got tickets to the gun show.
Yeah, if you guys are late for curfew, Dingo suggests that you just ask Dr. Infinity to roll back the clock a half an hour so you can make it on time. It'll be fine.
What
That
could
works.
possibly go wrong?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, now that you ask. Anyway. All right. Dr. Infinity. There they are. I thought I was going to make it through this whole campaign with Dr. Infinity staying a good guy. Silly me.
I mean, technically.
I get both. I
tried.
I get all the pieces.
Misguided hero.
Yeah, sure. They're doing this.
I mean,
it's all for the best.
I mean, Dr. Infinity technically isn't the bad guy here. You know,
you are.
Guns don't shoot themselves.
You are the bad guy.
Exactly.
This is a classic Tony Stark cleaning up my own mess scenario.
Pretty much. Yeah. All right. So, you guys bundle up, bundle out, and
Did we change our uniforms right there? Did we like hit our buttons?
Do you do the thing and do the thing? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it right there? Just do that right there in the living room?
My only goal is to be like the coolest person in the world to Silas's younger brother, or to Mitzi's younger brothers.
I mean,
only one, so you're good.
Oh, to younger brother, right?
All right. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, so there's that moment where it's like, yeah, we should probably change before we go, and you like unbutton one shirt button, or pull down the hoodie or something, and Abuela starts to go, no, go in the other room, and then you tap the thing, and she's like, well, that's just not fair. We had to.
Future is now, Abuela.
It took minutes to do. It took. Finding a place to change was so difficult sometimes, and you just tap, and everything is double clicks with you kids.
Yeah, I think Mitzi has like a necklace, like it's a little like pendant on a necklace, and she taps that, and it becomes the.
Yeah, there's a moment of pause there right before Abuela does the outburst, where you actually hear your dad say, "Oh, well, that's cool." Like, even he has to admit. Can you do that with, like? I bike to work most of the time, and being able to just switch to the business clothes from the gym, the biking clothes, that would be.
I don't exactly have the Aegis hookup anymore, but I'm sure Rook can
very
come up
reasonable
with it.
rates.
Maybe. What if we borrowed the suit and I got the R&D boys at Rook to take a look at it? I'm joking.
Anyway, we got bigger fish to fry.
He did that. He did that specifically to troll you, and he got exactly the look he was hoping for from that.
Does he do like a little like smirk, and he just shakes his head?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're you're on the way. You're tearing across the city. You're tearing across the city at Mitzi. Mitzi's full. Well, what Mitzi considers to be her full speed is not as fast as Silas can fly, but Mitzi could probably fly faster, but hasn't ever really pushed that Whether or not she can fly faster than Silas is anybody's guess, but while you are moving across there, are you trying to push really fast, or are you calling to say, contact the rest of the team?
I think as they're heading out, Mitzi's sending like a mental link to the guys because I don't think she knows where they are. And she's like, "Hey, knock knock. Have y'all checked the news?"
And you open up the comms, and the first thing
it's not comms, it's brainwaves.
But as soon as you open up listening, Caleb is wheezing, like just wheezing. You
mentally wheezing.
Mentally wheezing in laughter, and Perry is just like like going off in his head.
Stops like in the middle of the air, like, "Hello."
That's disconcerting.
Oh yeah, because Silas can also hear it too, because she's it up for everybody.
I'm just so you can see it a little bit earlier, just so you can understand.
Did y'all find my stash?
Stash of what?
Never mind.
Never mind. Anyway, the where is this? I gotta find the thing. 1 second. Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
I think we're all looking at you and Frank's DMs.
Yeah, don't look at. Yeah, I know. That's because. So don't look for a second, because that way.
Don't look. They're extra spicy.
This is the suit that Blackbird finds for
Oh shit!
To put
awesome.
No.
Yes. Yes. Fuck yes. Yes. This is gonna be good.
So that's what Mitzi or Clarity tunes into, is them doing little sing-song things and laughing to themselves and snickering and stuff and trying not to give away the thing. But what are you saying? What are you saying about?
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Oh, okay. So you're right there. Good. Have y'all checked the news?
Nope.
Where are you right now?
We're at the tower.
Look out the window.
I gotta find a window. Hang on. I'm gonna go walk back upstairs to the top, like helicopter platform again, and just walk outside.
Well, you could probably find a window faster than that because you're down a couple of floors, but you can get like to an end of a hallway where there's thing, and like, yeah, looking outside, there's a lot of infinibots out there. Infinibots. Infinisquids?
Oh boy.
Infinidrones. There's a lot of drones out there.
Fuck.
Birthright and I are on our way. We're about to be there in like maybe less than a minute.
Cool. Cool.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
You're sit tight. Don't do anything without us.
Based on what Blackbird said. Based on what Blackbird said, you're going to need a couple minutes to get things fully online, but they don't probably need you for that if you want to head for the roof there, Caleb.
Yes. What? Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. Nope, never mind. Thought I had a thought. I don't. Let's go.
That's fair.
Had a thought, then I lost it.
Had a thought, not worth it.
He thinks that, like, to all of you. He's like, thought I had a thought, but I didn't.
Teach the cow to drink a beer.
Terrible idea. All right, so you guys are all kind of in the psychic link here. I think that's fine, and you are coming up towards the tower. You can see this cloud as you're approaching. It feels like just sorting out all of this. We might as well just jump right to facing like some dire threat thing. Oh, Caleb's very big. Hang on.
Did you want to do your talk now, Sean, as Birthright, as we're flying in, or did you want to wait till we get there?
I feel like we should all get together and then
try
to like assess. Because I gotta do my before we get started thing too.
That's totally cool. And in fact, as Caleb is going up the stairs, to the showdown and stuff like that, he's like running up the stairwell. I can see you coming up to the elevator and going, yeah, you know what? No. And going up the stairs instead. So heading up the stairs. Let's do a bit of a flashback to other Caleb as you were coming up the thing, and when you were coming to Exemplar Tower. Was it only half an hour ago? When you were calling
the Lilac Wizard.
Caleb?
Hi.
Hello.
So, okay, you're gonna have to give me a second because I had this whole speech planned out last week and then I forgot what I was gonna say. So I'm trying to remember. So,
is everything all right?
Yeah. I thought it was. Look, I'm out of the music class. You know that. I'm done with that. And I want you to know, I don't have any, like, there are no hard feelings, but leaving a kid who has all these powers untrained, even if you disagree with him, I think is irresponsible on your part. And I need you to know that that's fucked up to do that to a kid. I don't care if you disagree with them. Your job is not to teach them what to think. It's to teach them how to think. It's to teach them how to use their powers in a way that they feel acceptable because it's their generation, no longer yours. So if you are not going to do that, then I absolutely understand that goes against your belief. Just know we are no longer friends. And I hang up and bounce.
Ooh.
Oh. Damn.
Jeez.
Thank you for that reaction.
That was intense.
I don't disagree with anything you actually said there, so that's pretty good. Wow. That's, yeah.
I feel like Lavender Wizard takes a powerful blow.
Spaces, room to make a big mistake.
I don't know if there's a mechanic for NPCs taking powerful blows, but if there is,
there should be.
That was one.
There should be. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that, I mean, I know there's some stuff there that I need to.
Mo, did you catch my speech at all?
Oh, watch it on the replay. It's so good.
Okay.
It's good.
I should have taken the headphones on and had on speaker, but I was just trying to run off real quick and change.
Sean's reaction is the best part. I've never seen him that animated.
It was so good.
So here's what I want. Here's what I would like you to do. Okay. Because as an adult, the Lilac Wizard has influence over you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are rejecting their influence.
Yes.
So there may be more there that needs to happen, but I would like you to roll to reject their influence. So you just roll. Now, do you have any conditions?
Nope, I have no conditions.
You have no conditions, and I know the trait or you have the move. I don't care what you think.
Yep.
Which gives you a +2 on the roll. So you just hit the straight up roll thing. When asked for a modifier, give it a +2, and that is how. If nothing, we may not know how it landed with the Lilac Wizard, but we will at least know how that landed with you after you hung up. Because you say you bounce, but maybe you bounce, stop, and then puke in like a azalea bushes. Who knows?
Like down the stairwell, just.
Yep.
Fuck.
Oh!
100% puked. the stairwell.
Oh my god. Oh my dude.
You
All right.
can't spend team for yourself. That's the thing. No, okay.
No, actually, I have a move that allows me to spend team selfishly.
I mean,
It literally calls it out.
You can.
Wait, do you have any team? Hold on.
We have a pile of team, and we're about to get
we
a
do
lot
have a
more.
pile team.
So listen, when you reject someone's influence, on a hit, you successfully hold yourself to them out. On the 10 plus, choose 2. On 7, 9, choose 1. On a miss, I said that it says their words hit you hard, mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. I can't absolutely do that because he's certainly said enough things to you that, I mean, I'm not gonna. Sean likes to say that I analyze everybody else by talking about their characters, but I'm not gonna spend time analyzing myself. But I'm just gonna say that although you hang up, it's entirely possible that Caleb continues to have that conversation and is in fact in the stairwell, still having it and playing all the stuff that he's afraid that the wizard's actually going to say when he gets a chance to say that, and is basically just
having a made-up argument in his head.
Yes, yeah. over and over and over and over. Yeah, we've all been there.
Same though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that seems like a thing that could absolutely happen, and basically you would take a condition and I would shift your labels according to probably how the Lilac Wizard in your head would be saying to you, because you have not in fact managed to tune them out. You have not in fact managed to cut them out of your life. They're just there, as present as they ever have been, although he may never know it, because I'm not projecting. I am not projecting. Alternately, you could spend team selfishly, but that has its whole little extra set of stuff, so you can like kind of push past it.
Yeah, that's a.
That is when you use team selfishly, clear or mark potential the first time in this. So that's actually over on the thing too. You get a bone. Anybody can use team selfishly. You do it well, if that makes sense. You do it in a way that's more efficient. So team members can use team selfishly, say how you're actually, I don't think this would help you. You say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates, and then remove one team from the pool and shift one label up and one label down. This role is not affected by labels, so you can't shift a label in a way that would help you.
Yeah, you're right. So I have to just take it.
Yeah. That's the way that you can use it. Like you can go, well, I was rolling danger, but I can make my danger go higher by, being a dick. So whatever. But this isn't based on any of that. So you just kind of, I think we've just said kind of what it feels like, because. Yeah. So what do you think? Is it maybe in that moment on the stairwell where you're replaying it that it really kind of hits you, like really hits you, or was it right after you hung up and then you like stop and like puke in the azaleas kind of moment? I'm not saying you actually throw up in a flower.
He absolutely probably would, like, legitimately, like. He has a very physical, visceral reaction to what just happened, because he basically just told the only like the guy who took over since his dad passed, like,
yeah,
I'm fucking done with you.
Yeah, which is scary.
As much as it hurts, he's gonna like continue doing it, and I absolutely think he feels like hopeless right now. So I was thinking of taking hopeless for that.
I like that.
He just like legitimately is just like, now I'm on my like, and like he emotionally he's like, well, now I'm alone because I just kicked my mentor out, even though logically his brain in the background is just going, you have friends, you idiot. But he's ignoring that because that's what, brains are dumb. So that's definitely what's going on. And he's literally just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. What the fuck is happening? And he's just kind of like, he legit like throws down, like,
okay,
is this stairwell like one of those square stairwells with like the hole going down the center? Or is it like a stairwell that's like continuous and there's no like...
I think it can be one with probably it's it doesn't have the hole down the middle because this is a pretty big building, so it would be going up for a while. Plus, it's near the top, so it probably would have. I don't know. Do you need to be able to throw something? Because I thought of a way to have your mentor's words land hard, just while you're going up the stairwell. But what were you? Because I think this is when you get a text message from him. Like you're totally like you've shook it off. You got there. You talked. You talked to Vigil, and now this other thing is happening with the suit, and it's great. And then you get the thing, and like you've almost kind of forgotten about that horrible freaking thing that you did earlier. And then the text message comes in, and you glance at it. You're like, oh, and it all just right, like it all comes back with the text message.
So I'm not going to read the text message right now. Just the fact that there is a text message is 100% like, fuck.
One unopened message from like Wizard thing is even worse than actually knowing what it says.
So he's like looking. I'm just like he stops at like the top of the stairs and just stares at it, and that's like how like Mitzi and Silas find him. He's just staring at his phone like,
You okay, buddy?
I may have done a thing.
Well, yeah.
We'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
I mean,
sounds good. Okay. It's worked so far.
He hasn't. I mean, anyway. So the text message says Lilac Wizard, and then it's like the first 3.5 words of the message. And it's I gotta think of the like the I think we can ... Like that's it cuts at that.
That could go either way.
It's kind of hopeful, right? Like
that's not really what I'm looking for.
Is it enough for you to open it up? I'm not saying it's not gonna.
Well, I mean, it's already hit me either way. Like,
oh, but I still haven't shifted your labels yet. I just want to know how blindly that's gonna happen. Mo's like, oh damn. I mean, how much does the curiosity of how that text ends eat at you? Is it enough to get him to open it up? That's what I'm curious about. Because initially,
I just sit in between Silas and Mitzi. Like,
well, wait, how did we get Silas and Mitzi there? Because there's like a whole cloud of drones around the building, and you're still coming up through the stairwell. So I'm not sure how we ended up with those two there.
Oh, I was saying because I was saying that's how they found me. So I haven't opened the text message yet. I'm okay. He's just kind of like stuck there until they show up, and they're like, "Hey, buddy!" Like he's just literally staring at it.
Oh, like, okay, all right. They might have to mentally nudge you then because there's a little bit of robot in the way.
I'm going to just look at it and be like, hey, Clarity, can you do me a favor?
okay.
Can you eyeballs me?
You want me to open it for you through you?
I just help.
Wasabi help. Okay. And she's gonna just like, excuse me, Caleb Psyche, just gonna scoot in real quick. Just over.
Psyche is just a big sofa with Caleb sitting there, like with like cartoons playing in the background. He's like, "Hey, have a seat."
Oh my God.
I'm here. What am I doing?
You're gonna make her look at the text message first remotely.
No, I just need somebody there with me.
Oh.
Not necessarily like I need to do it for me. I just need like help. Somebody be here.
Mitzi, I need you to roll comfort and support.
Me?
Yes, please. She doesn't look happy about this.
It's a -1, but I have a +1 on Caleb because I have influence. Therefore,
0. You could spend team too, so
yeah.
You got a lot of people you can pull in on team.
Where did I put it? Hold on. There it is. Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Hey!
Oh, look at that. Wow. That's fantastic. I love it. All right. So comfort and support. Where's my guy? Where's the thing? I don't know how any of the rest of the game plays, but Thirsty Sword Lesbians, which looks fantastic and has done a lot of interesting stuff building off of the Mask framework, has earned tremendous amount of cachet amongst my daughter's friends who play Masks for renaming comfort or support to comfort and support, because they're personally offended that it's not both at the same time. Anyway, when you comfort or support someone on a 10+, you can also add team to the pool or clear a condition yourself, Mincy.
I don't have any conditions, so I will put team to the pool.
Put team in the pool, and it also, you can mark potential clear condition or shift labels. So just Mitzi being there, Caleb, I think it's clear that Caleb is opening up because he's being super vulnerable right now as he opens up his phone message on his cartoon couch.
100% looks like Teen Titans Go in his head.
That's perfect.
Well, the actual drawings that we got, the one, that's how.
Oh, yes, those cute little drawings.
I think we can find a way to work this out. You're right. I can do better. You're a very forthright young man who feels strongly about what he thinks is right, and I think I need to be reminded of that myself. Protect your friends, and we'll talk later.
I think as like Mitzi's also reading it, there's like her psyche's hugging his psyche and just like squeezing, like, hey, it's not so bad. Look, he's the one to make.
And then there's like a bunch of grapes emoji. Apparently, it's the only thing that he found that was purple. It's like a bundle of grapes. Oh, is there a purple heart?
Yeah, there's like a purple square.
For some reason, he did a bunch of. Apparently, he does a bundle of grapes.
Hi, Short Stack.
Hey, Short Stack.
He is going to move your savior up and your danger down as a result of the previously failed roll. So that isn't really a resistible thing. It's just a result.
It's just what it is.
It just is what it is. So if you would move that.
I already did.
But Mo's comfort and support can remove your hopeless, which is kind of a combination of both both the message and the fact that she was there for you doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopeless is there and then gone.
Well, it was there for several hours. It's just you were ignoring it, and then it was there. And
shh. We don't ignore problems. They never happened.
Just gotta wait for this to go away.
And I think she's like, oh, okay, well, we're still. Silas and I are just outside.
If I deal with the thing that is stressing me out, then I don't have to cope with the thing that is stressing me out. Anyway,
yeah, so Mitzi's gonna like, all right, I'm gonna disconnect now, so we can figure out how to get in there with y'all.
Cool. I haven't. There. Hold on. Hang on. I have an idea.
Okay. I think she has silence on the other line. Like, be like,
Okay.
like, I'm here. I
So
swear.
now you find you kind of like blink out of the cartoon thing. You're like, right, I'm in the stairwell. Shit.
Can we kind of pinpoint his location from where we are?
Yeah. I mean, he's couple three floors down from the top.
Mitzi probably knew because she
there-ish.
got pulled in. So like,
Yeah. In the core, like that middle cylinder going all the way down has most of the elevator shaft stuff and stairwell shafts and things like that down to the thing. Andrew locked up, or he's holding a very specific position.
What?
what?
Oh, there you are. Your image, like you stop like this
He froze on his end.
just for a little bit.
I was just rocking back and forth in my chair.
Yeah, and you'd stop moving, which I seemed
Good.
off. All right, so let's look at what Silas is doing here for a second. What are you doing for a second? Well, Mitzi's like, you kind of like were holding Mitzi's hand while you both flew along, and she's like, drive for a second, and she kind of glazes out while she's been doing this. She's like, okay.
Okay, so I have an idea, and it's gonna take the both of us, and it might be a little scary,
Yeah,
but
no.
it'll be
Yeah.
really cool. It'll be really cool, and we're
Okay.
gonna do it together. Okay.
Okay.
And he goes, come here, and he kind of like holds her like really close, and he says, do the little force field thing.
Okay. And she does just makes the little pink bubble around them.
Around both of us, and says, all right, now hold on tight. And he just wants to just torpedo into the side of the building and just like put a hole through the side of it. Yeah.
Rip it on. Do you want us to unleash powers?
I would like Silas to unleash powers, and then you
I don't
can
need
spend
to?
you can spend time you can spend
Team if needed.
you can spend team to
Oh my god, that's
Resist.
the one thing I suck at.
As a superhero, you shouldn't be sucking at that one.
Well, he unleashes his powers in different ways, but overcoming an obstacle. That's funny because that was what you had to roll to do all the stuff in the Aegis base, and you managed to pull it out there. So,
It's been a while since I got to mark potential, so
I forgot to mark potential for that one. Okay.
Always look on the bright side.
Oh yeah, mark potential for that 6.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this kind of makes sense to a certain extent. So
Bunny returns. Honey, what are you doing? These guys don't use doors.
Initially, it's awesome because you're like in there like torpedo, and there's a Doctor Who scene that I'm immediately thinking of that's like focused in on the face and everything is just whooshing by the face. It's just like they're all just flying. So you guys are just
Neo and Trinity going up the elevator
yes,
shaft.
that was the other one I was about to do. Like those two going up the like perfect. Yes, and you're blasting through like a bunch of the drones and the little flash that goes through, and then about 3 seconds later, there's little bursts of the explosions of the drones going up after like a split second after you go past. And then you bounce off of the building like a hammer hitting a gong. Because this is fucking Exemplar Tower! Having superheroes fly into it like they're going to fly through the building is literally what it was built to prevent.
God damn it.
You're just inside the bubble like, you're like, you know exactly what the bell clapper feels like after it's been rung.
Oh, shit.
So...
Oh wow, that was not what I was expecting.
It's worth a shot.
So yeah, I think kind of because it's hilarious to a certain extent, but also I'm a little mean. I'm going to have both of you roll take a powerful blow. Because you guys were going full in on this thing. It's like
I don't know if I've ever had to do take a powerful blow, so
What game have you been playing?
the one that I'm awesome at.
I haven't had to overcome, and I don't have to take a powerful blow. Mitzi's not terrible. You didn't knock. Good job. You didn't probably knock her out. Because Missy was
what
the
do I
one.
have to roll on that again?
You just roll your conditions.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you just roll that thing up by conditions. Oh, fine. You're fine. Mitzi, on the other hand, who was the one holding the force field up to keep you both from losing your teeth against the side of the building.
So I guess I'm taking guilty. Because...
Oh, you know what? Oh, can we please do that? So let me walk you through this real quick. So take a powerful blow. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on them. Basically, like, Mitzi lets out, like, just some kind of, like, pained, agonized, like, and you realize that it's because you just drove her shit straight into the side of the wall. So you take guilty. She's fine. You take guilty.
And I immediately start acting like when you accidentally roll over in bed and, like, hit your spouse, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine, I swear. Just, I was not... My brain's still bouncing around my skull.
Yeah, second. I probably should have, like, told you what was happening before. I'm sorry. Yeah, I could have communicated better.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, plan B.
Oh my God, that is...
Where's Perry right now?
Riot Squad hates doors. I like that.
We do.
Perry is hanging out with Blackbird
now,
calibrating the deal.
Due respect to both Birthright and Clarity, I will say that as we cut to Perry, the whole building goes and a couple of klaxons start going off in different tones because they're alerting on different things.
Right.
And every one of the display surfaces, like that would show security stuff, immediately cuts to the outside of the building. And like, what the hell just hit us? And Blackbird looks up at the screens. He goes, "How did No, Blackbird looks up at the screens and goes, "Oh, Dr. Infinity's bots must have summoned sort of some," and she's looking at all of them. Must have like done some sort of coordinated attack, and then Vigil, incredibly tired sounding, from the corner of the room says, "No, it was the kids." And they do a little swipe on the thing, and all the cameras zoom in on the pink bubble with the thing.
Every angle.
Yeah. Zoom in on them on another thing, goes, and we're going to make this canon as a tribute to Dingo's comment over here. Vigil, just the blank Vigil face, turns to Perry, is like, "What does Riot Squad have against doors? Like, is it an allergy? Is it psychosomatic? Is there trauma? Why?"
Perry's like, "I'm usually the door guy, and I'm not there." So.
What doors? I actually just open doors to, like, different areas. My portals, like, you know.
Yeah. So, thus making canon Dingo's comment, Riot Squad hates doors. Hashtag. That's going to be a hashtag trending.
Riot Squad hates doors. Are you streaming right now?
When this footage leaks.
Am I streaming
no,
right
no,
now?
not you. Is Birthright streaming?
Oh, I mean...
yeah, I think that at some point off screen, Birthright had a conversation with Perry about getting, like, drones following him to, like, stream. So he has, like, a little ghost, like, from Destiny that, like,
is it in a bubble? Because it would have seen, like, you, like, checking on Mitzi, like, as
there's probably, like, enough of a FCC delay that if we need to blip out
he's got all programmed in because Perry thinks that shit.
I think several of them.
This is 100%. Look at the new Tony Hawk documentary and watch the last shot, and it is like the world's leading, like, drone racing pilot they hired to film the last shot of the new Tony Hawk documentary, and it is literally like you are on his shoulder while he's doing a 720 or something. And so it's that kind of stuff that happens with Birthright on the regular.
Yeah. Perry,
they're in the bubble. They could just see Birthright be like, "Oh my God, it's Clarity. I'm so sorry."
Perry,
Yeah, I mean, but what you get is
Right.
yeah, Perry
definitely
Perry has been
tripped.
entirely in the zone dealing with Dr. Infinity stuff for a while. But somewhere in the midst of that, Zhao texted him and said, "Hey, can we do something about the following camera situation for Birthright? Do you have any time to do that?" And somehow he carved out an afternoon because Zhao asked once.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For
anything Zhao asks, just
all things pause.
Gets moved to the top of the queue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we've got.
It's not a conscious decision.
But several of the drones do fuzz out during the impact, just like.
Oh yeah.
They're just rolling around like little marbles at the bottom of the bubble, and they slowly start to kind of wobble back up to follow height.
With the little loading thing, calibrating.
No, it takes less than 4 minutes, and there's news footage from the helicopter camera of that pink bubble coming in really fast and rebounding off of the thing with a hashtag Riot Squad hates doors. That's like, and it's a looping gift of just boing.
That's great.
Boing.
I love that like next morning armchair quarterback guys like who have the angle and are like with laser measurements figuring out how much Exemplar Tower moved when the bubble hit it. Like, all right, so now we can figure that the kinetic force and the blah blah blah. So like they're like really getting into the weeds on what the power levels are.
But the the ones that are the and that's getting some coverage, but the one that really is the people who are doing stuff like, changing the caption to when you ask your girl to prom and forgot to bring flowers. Bung, that kind of stuff is happening.
Yes.
That's fine. I think the bubble's gonna start floating up towards like the helicopter pads, just so we can like start getting in.
Let's just okay. Now you still have oof. Yeah, you know what? The drones
are we still open on brain comms?
And the drones are being really passive about it, right? It's like they're waiting. They're not really doing anything. They're not like, "Oh, you've arrived. Let's open fire," or any of that kind of. They moved somewhat to fill in the gap where Silas had like blasted through, but other than that, haven't really done much.
As a group, they're maintaining that formation of like surrounding the top of the.
Yeah.
Oh, and as the impact happened, y'all get like almost like a what is it called? Like not radio static, but like the little like feedback from like a microphone, like through all y'all's brains, just because her own brain.
Should we get like this tinnitus ringing in all of our ears?
Everybody's bell got rung.
Just all of us were like,
Mitzi's bell gets rung. Everybody's bell gets rung.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can kind of settle up to the top of the roof, and the bubble kind of down. Caleb coming out of the top stairwell there. Guys kind of on the roof. Perry should be on the way momentarily.
Now we currently have squid bots all around, but we don't have Dr. Infinity
accurate
with the goatee out there. Okay.
Yeah, that is that's accurate. I've got the fig up on the screen off to the side, but they're not on the scene
Yep.
as yet. Or are they? Okay. So what are you guys up on the roof? What are you guys doing? What are you guys saying, doing, thinking, feeling? How are you feeling on the roof.
What are you feeling?
I was like,
Nervous?
Silas and Mitzi land. I'm just gonna walk and be like, "Is that you that shook the building and then gave us all a headache?" I'm like looking at Silas.
Oh, you're just looking at Silas. You're not even playing with it.
I don't
I
want to
was
talk about
watching
it.
the live stream. As I pull up my phone and the live stream is going.
Will, to answer your question, how everyone's doing, Birthright just took his girlfriend and slammed her into the side of the building to give everybody a headache. That's how everything's going.
Now look, that is a terrible way to explain what just happened.
But is he wrong? Is he wrong?
Not inaccurate.
I mean,
All those things happened in pretty much that order. Was that the intent? No, I wanted to look cool, but that's not what happened, is it?
I'm just gonna like, okay, Silas, do you have a better plan for dealing with the drones?
I mean,
yes, I have a plan for everybody. Where the fuck
I
is
said
Perry?
better plan. I didn't say just a plan. It specifically needs to be better than the last one.
It's got. We were just trying to get in the door. Okay.
Wait, you tried to go through
exactly roll out the red carpet for us.
so right
Yeah,
about
drones.
I mean, warn a guy.
you
next
guys are
time,
doing
and
the
I'll open door
gesticulating in the
anywhere
armory.
You want.
Helicopters going around and riot squads up there gesticulating at each other and all this other kind of stuff. We're not seeing what they're saying, but they seem to be very engaged in the current situation. Anyway,
Hey, a big problem down there, and I've got a water buffalo, and there's
no, anyway, so the right, there's like a humming hydraulic kind of a humming thing, and like this pad at the very top, like in this circular area up here at the top of the tower, like starts to iris open. Perry says something like, yeah, we don't, apparently it's a really bad idea to try to fly through the structure of the building. So we're coming up through this shaft here. I'll be up there in a second.
There's an elevator. I mean, I knew there was an elevator, but like I didn't know it was working because I don't know what the emergency protocol is, and this seems like it's an emergency.
Wasn't that in your like employee?
This is
handbook
a
when you were
this is
working
a
with-
flying shaft.
I worked here
thing.
for like 5 minutes. Okay.
That's true. Yeah, you didn't.
You just
didn't last very long.
signed that you received the packet, but you didn't actually read the packet. Okay.
We were supposed to read that.
I mean, nobody does. Nobody reads the packet. Blackbird read the packet.
Nerd.
Have you met me?
Not you. I talk about Blackbird being nerd.
Yeah. Anyway,
Are we coming up on this thing with Guardian's suit or the prototype of the space suit, gigantic?
no, regular size one.
mechanism.
The gigantic one
Okay,
was reduced.
yeah.
The big one was reduced.
I thought
to
it was
its component
it was
parts.
reduced to its exactly.
Yeah,
You just used two of my favorite phrases.
reduced to its components parts.
Reduced to its component parts one, but also irised. I used very briefly. I used that in a short story class, and I was the only one in that class writing genre fiction, and they bumped on the word irised, like the door irised open, and I'm like, if you guys are bumping on that, you are not my audience. I'm like, well, you have to write for the. No, I'm gonna write my shit. Okay, anyway.
All right, so Perry Portal's up there. Perry Portal's up there. Next to everybody. While Blackbird's bringing the suit up, is all he says there, and you guys are up there on the roof.
Bringing up a Guardian suit.
So
We're all there.
you're all there, and everything stops moving.
What do you mean everything stops moving?
All of
Hit
the
pause button on time.
all of the bots like kind of shift just enough to really like fully align, and we get this sort of net
Oh no!
kind of
We're-
around like
we're
little,
trapped.
and everything inside of that is not doing anything.
Even us?
Yeah, you can perceive, but things are
We're paratroopers. We're supposed to be surrounded.
Well, I had a plan.
Well,
Oh, no.
this
All right.
Silas, you've experienced this before because Dr. Infinity put you on pause that one time when you guys were flying and you
So the net is around the whole building?
yeah, it's big this time. It's big. Little guy's big now. Little guy's big.
The net is defined by
The bots.
The geodesic sphere created by the bots. Yes.
I swear to God, if I get to move again, I'm punching somebody.
That's fair. I submit for your punching options, Dr. Infinity with
Mustache.
with the goatee. Although we don't have a goatee on, I feel like it was a major oversight on my part. But nevertheless, this particular Dr. Infinity has given up actually having its face animate in a human way when it speaks. It just sort of projects the sound. It's
Hate that.
the mouth opens and it just talks. The sound comes out just to let the sound emit.
Pink. My love.
Dingo's simps for Dr. Infinity. Let it be noted.
Oh my god.
Not sure how I feel about that.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Move Dr. Infinity, please.
What's that?
Look at Dr. Infinity.
Did you draw a mustache on Dr. Infinity?
Very nice. Well done. You know, honestly, I feel like there has been a real, and if I was going to have one complaint about this campaign, the amount of, or rather the lack of graffiti drawing on any of the scenes has been really lacking. From every, we don't need to make up the difference in one session. I'm just saying. That is.
You just open up the floodgates there, Joyce.
Yeah.
So it is like wishes for next season. More graffiti art on the Roll20.
On Roll20's pages, yeah, exactly. Let's see if I can group that so that the mustache can't be divorced from the figure. I think that's probably pretty important. All right.
Click and drag to do it.
Yeah. All right. So Dr. Infinity kind of appears up there, kind of statics into existence up above the bubble. I've identified the primary source of the time distortions as a number of individuals who conveniently gathered themselves primarily in one physical and temporal location simultaneously. And I think we can solve this problem very easily by simply excising them from the timeline. Please hold still. This will only hurt for a moment. It will hurt intensely.
Can I? Because I don't have to move to do things.
I know you don't. Now, it's not like a physical hell thing. It is technically a temporal thing, so there is a resistance to overcome. It's a matter of time moving.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I will point out that when I said Dr. Infinity has used this thing on Silas before, he never actually stopped moving for more than about... He slowed down pretty significantly, but he was still moving... He was still moving a little and managed to break out of it. So it's not completely... whatever. Anyway, that's happening. That is a happening thing.
Can I see Dr. Infinity from where I'm at?
Yeah. They're floating kind of above the bubble, outside of the stasis thing.
Is me not being able to move gonna prevent me from lasering her?
Well, I mean, time is a thing, but lasers are light, so it's kind of
also telekinesis powers.
Yes.
We know that
it is a time lock.
Objects traveling at the speed of light are not bound by time.
Yes. It is a time lock, but what is the speed of thought? It's a matter of... I think initially here, while the bubble's in effect, there's an overcome... like an unleash your powers thing that precedes the ability to directly engage. Does that seem fair to folks?
Sure. Because the other thing is, I'm actually a lot less preoccupied with attacking Dr. Finney directly than I am with destroying this net if I can.
That seems fair. Yeah.
So
it all kind of boils down to the same challenge. I mean, I get you're not trying to punch Infinity specifically, but certainly, and all of you have the means to
overcome it.
Make this be less of a thing for you one way or the other. Whether it be, whatever. Sick a cuttlefish on her face. There's no way you can possibly something,
Give me ideas like this.
I mean,
oh no, I was gonna send. I was gonna just think Bill, I need you to start stabbing robots with this spear with your armor.
All right.
So let's just go around and say, what do we got here?
I would, first of all, like to say, I'm tired of you meddling with my shit. And he just fucking hulks out. I am gonna use Game Face.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna mark angry.
All right. That tracks.
And that is going to give me +1 ongoing on all rolls in direct pursuit of defeating this enemy.
All right, that's fair. Game Face. What am I on? Oh, am I on the right?
Mm-hmm.
Stage fighting before. Oh, it's a passive.
It's in passive. It should be an active. That's my bad.
No, it's a passive because you don't have to roll.
Right.
Mark a condition angry. Take +1 ongoing on all rolls in direct pursuit of that goal. At the end of any scene in which you don't make progress towards the goal, mark a condition when you fulfill your goal mark potential. Sweet. All right. So you mark angry. So now we have angry and guilty.
Mitzi and I switch places. Now I've got all the conditions.
Not yet because I'm gonna burn. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna have you do before we worry about the directly engage or whatever it is that you're gonna be doing, however we mechanically represent that, is just overcoming the time lock enough to actually do the thing, which would be. Do we want to do the team move first? I feel like we should do the team move first, just so we can see exactly how much stupid.
Just started off, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's do that, which is in the peripheral moves, and it is when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. If the leader, who's leading on this shindig? I can see Silas doing. I mean, certainly Perry says.
Silas.
I don't know. I feel like it would be Silas just because he's taking the initiative to all right, we've been stopped and now we're going to engage, and he's breaking out and going.
Yep.
So I feel like he's kind of leading the attack, but I feel like the solution is going to be done by Perry.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Ultron is Tony Stark's creation in the Marvel universe, but it's it's Cap who's the one who's calling all the moves,
Yeah.
So technically it's his villain, but yeah. So Silas, leader.
I would say Silas.
Silas, do you have influence over everyone in the team?
I do, and also I have the captain ability. So when we enter battle as a team, add an extra team to the pool and carry +1 forward if I'm the leader.
10. Gotcha. All right. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another
Dr.
team.
Infinity.
I mean,
Take down the mustache.
take down the mustache.
The mustache.
The mustache.
It sounds like those three. Perry, what are you up to? Does that track? Take down Dr. Infinity? End this nonsense?
Yeah. Take down this version of
Dr. Infinity. I think that all tracks. Everyone has the same purpose in the fight. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
11.
I do have a mechanical question in regards to team.
Yes.
Because we were talking earlier about showing vulnerability and a weakness, which I did with Mitzi when she did that comfort and support.
Yes.
One of my team moves is when you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, you give them influence.
Okay.
And then if they're a teammate, I add team to the pool no matter what.
Okay. How much? Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
But I was I don't know if that counted or if that's
it definitely
something we
counts.
wanted to do.
It definitely counts.
We have a fucking team, guys.
Yeah, use team for everything because you're up to 12. I don't know if I've ever seen a team pool at 12 before, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Frank, that photo is so good.
This is the move. This is the place to use it. So
Yeah, this is definitely the place to use it. Not least.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that is.
I'm gonna unleash
I'm never gonna be
my
able to
powers
see that.
to try and break through the influence of
Yes.
the
Let us do that.
I get +1 from Captain and +1 from
The forward from the
right. And I'm guessing because this is all happening so fast, I probably didn't have time to do my before we get started thing, right?
Probably not. Yeah, because there was no before we get started.
That's fine.
Wait,
we got
double check.
I got enough going.
You have a
for me,
+1 forward from Captain. What was the other +1 coming from?
+1 ongoing for Game Face.
Ah, right. Yes. So all those things. What do we get?
That's a hit.
That's a hit. All right. So the question then is unstable or temporary, which is fine. I mean, you were able to break through for a second and it fights back, or God damn it, Frank, that's awesome.
Well, I'm fine with just breaking through with it for a second because
Yeah.
I'm immediately gonna try and destroy it. So
Okay. I'm sighing because
this isn't even my final form.
my God.
I just watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged again this week, and all I can think of is the Frieza fights. Like every time.
So good.
Hang on. Sorry. What am I doing?
I don't remember why I gave this version the little Tutankhamun headpiece, but
because in the illustration, that's probably the closest thing to it.
Yeah, better than the bob that I used for the other one. Yeah,
the Karen haircut.
That's okay. It's fine. It's good. It definitely makes it be a different thing. My God. Who needs a mustache when you have? Although that mustache hanging out there all by itself is kind of epic.
Goodbye.
There we go. I hate it and love it at the same time. It's delicious.
When I had my facial hair, the guys in the alley cats were like, "You have the most like intricate, involved, like ridiculous shaving routine. To like just what the hell with you?" I said, "I didn't say I wanted to stop shaving. I said I wanted to grow a mustache." So
it gets complicated. It gets complicated.
All
right. So that definitely overcomes. We'll roll the next bit once we kind of figure out what's happening with everybody here, because I want to see how everybody's kind of dealing.
I think Mitzi's gonna charge up Super Saiyan style now that we're talking about it. Burn.
So yeah, you're not moving, but at the same time you're starting to glow. Let's burn. Yeah. Let's burn. See how that goes. No conditions on you right now because you've been handing it off to your boyfriend. No comments on toxic relationships.
You know what? I'll let the motherfucker burn.
So when you're annoyed with somebody,
that's a 4. Oh, I don't have the dice roller up. Hang on. You guys gotta tell me when I'm. No, I say you guys. I mean dingoes. Oh, what is that doing? Sorry. Dumb game is being dumb. There we go. That's a 4. Wow. Okay. So that's take 3 conditions and take 2 burn?
Yeah.
Whoo! You're feeling a lot of emotions right now.
I'm just trying to think which emotions I'm feeling. Insecure, because it's my go-to.
Dingo's verdict on the new figure, Perry, is that is 10 of 10 would still simp. So it's all good.
What else am I gonna take?
That's a lot. I feel
Angry,
like this. I feel like
and
I feel like all this. So if this helps, I think what this pushes, you're picking up a lot of psychic bleed off of sort of everybody, and I mean like Vigil, who's like absolutely done with this time loop stuff and is seriously about one thread away from a complete nervous breakdown. Blackbird, who's just basically compartmentalized a whole lot of shit with you right now. Perry, who is like honestly always kind of a whirlwind of razor blades when you get anywhere near all of his thought processes going on. You know, Silas, Caleb, all the stuff that he's dealing with. Like, so you're picking up a lot of this extra stuff that really isn't necessarily been your problem.
Is overwhelmed looking? No, there's not an overwhelmed condition.
Should be.
Should be. I'm going to take hopeless then. So angry, insecure, and hopeless. Oh, no, not hopeless.
Yeah,
well, no.
Make sure you're not messing with...
no, that's kind of...
So what are you wanting to do? What is the next thing you're following this up with? Like after the burn, what are you wanting to do?
All right, I'm going to go with guilty instead. So angry, guilty, and insecure, just because she feels like it's her fault that everything's happening.
Keep in mind, you don't necessarily need to avoid, like, do a thing where it's like, oh, I should avoid that condition because it screws with my move I want to do. Because your burn stuff makes you like go, I'm going to do this without having to roll. And so that's why Novas can rock like 4 or 5 conditions and still be able to function because all their stuff is burns where they can just ignore their conditions while they're actually doing stuff. And then they collapse into a puddle of misery and pain afterwards.
I think I'm going to... Do I have overcharge? Yeah.
Okay. So you're burning, but there's a lot. Tears streaming down the face from reasons that aren't even yours.
You open up the floodgates in her brain, and she opens the floodgates in her face. It's fine. I don't know what else to say.
I like that. That's good.
And yeah, I think I'm going to go with overcharge then. So overcharge is... You channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. Spend 2 to take a plus 10 when you unleash your powers. So I think I'm just...
You could do it. What do you... Well, let's get... So you're burning right now. I'm just having everybody do like kind of the time lock maneuver.
Mm-hmm. I think she's like just aiming everything directly at Dr. Infinity right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll worry about that. It may be a directly engaged kind of a thing because overcharge would be a because you don't have to have you do an overcome. We did the burn, and the burn is kind of your thoughts are still moving inside of the time vortex. It's just there's a lot going on. Caleb, what are you doing? What's up with you? What are you wanting to do? I should say. You're muted. Remuted? Double muted? Quadruple muted? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I don't even know what you just said, but it sounded like it was I'm going to go and come back. He's back.
Yay? Nay?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So I don't know what was happening. I was like, I
love Discord.
Yeah. I'm gonna send. Well, first of all, I want to like start channeling some magic to like break myself like out of this god fucking damn it thing that I'm in. This bubble of time. I'm not happy.
Okay.
So I guess I just rolled my thingy.
I think here's the thing. I have a thought on that. I'm gonna have you roll defend. Because you're going to protect the group away from this. I have a thought on this.
Damn it. Okay. Well, no, just because unleashing my powers is actually my highest right now. So I was like,
no, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Savior's good though.
Oh no, I was just like ready to go, and I was like, I know, but okay. Yep. Rolling this. I'm
going to have you because this is going to be a thing where you can actually maybe protect other people from it. What is it?
7?
A 7 will do it. So let's look at defend. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll savior. 7 and 9. It costs you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. And you can also select one of those things from the thing. So here's what you're tapping into. from way back. All right, class. Question for the class. Who here remembers what exists outside of time? What or who?
Oh, God damn it.
No.
I swear to God. I
thought
I
you were gone.
I wasn't saying I wasn't saying actually the Eldritch Horror. The other things that exist outside of time. No? Nothing? Really?
We're talking about
the ghosts.
Space-time or time
Oh,
space?
go.
Spirits of the dead.
Yes, the
That kind of thing.
Yes, all the spirits. This was
Vigil's
the reason why
Oh.
Vigil
And
was so
Vigil's
very, very,
Vigil's
very
like
upset.
right here. So there's an easily tappable source of energy here that's like, so
Hell yeah.
you're in this like stuck up place, right? You're in like this bubble of like staticness. You're reaching for any kind of power and everything is just frozen. There's nothing, everything, you're like in a block of ice, but there's one fluid, completely untouched stream of energy that's coming through this space that doesn't seem to be affected in any way, shape, or form by the bubble. And they're like, that. I'll use that. I'll drink from that stream.
Cool.
The energy of the dead.
That's
I'll just tap that and channel that into the rest of this. So
which is super fitting since his name is Revenant.
Yeah.
still,
Cool.
yes. So expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I mean, both of those things are very Caleb things. Like, they both seem right.
I think this is. I feel like expose yourself to danger. This is like a whole energy source that you have never really worked with before in terms of doing your magic. You've never tried to do this, and I feel like the potential there is like, well, I don't know if the power is even coming through this wire. Let me lick it and find out. Kind of a.
I don't like how accurate that was.
I had
don't need you to read me like that, okay?
I had a
Right,
guy when I was doing tech support. I had a guy do that one time. He called me after he had done it because he didn't think this floppy disk, the disk drive in his machine wasn't working, and he thought it was because the power cord wasn't good off the power supply. So in order to test it, he licked it before he called, and he called us after he woke up.
I'm glad he woke up.
Yeah, but he said, I'm kind of shook up. No, you don't understand. I licked thing, knocked me clean off my seat. I'm shook up.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to lick the dead person wire.
Is this Silas's grandpa?
So I'm going to have you, roll, take a powerful blow, I think. From just like,
Cool.
because you may rock it. You're exposing yourself to danger. It doesn't mean you might kill it. So roll conditions, and we'll see how this goes as you create this pool. You will defend people from it. That's good. No, that's good.
Yeah, misses are good for take a powerful blow.
Yeah,
I was like,
Take your potential because you still
take
get it.
you take a potential.
I do. Can I ask you a question about that
Yes.
once we're done with this?
Yes, please.
Because I did advance in the last one, and I already had the move booked out. Do you mind if I just add it to the sheet?
Yeah, what is it?
What the hell, hero?
Nice.
Because I
Perfect.
literally just did that, so I want the move now for it.
Yeah, absolutely. By all means. Grab that, and on a miss, you stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow. So talk to us. Tell us, like, you're tapping this energy. It's potentially extremely dangerous. Like, it's the energy of the other side, right? And I'm going to bring this fluid stuff that is apparently the only thing moving freely inside of this space and just wrap it around us all like it's just a nice blanket, and it's shit that it's literally the energy of death. How are you able to just do that?
So this is I'm 100% going to I want to start drawing on this power, and every soul that's like spirit that's coming through and contributing to this, I'm just like, hey, and it's gonna be like a magic political campaign in my head where I'm just trying to be like, are you tired of robots messing with the timeline? Are you sick of people fucking with your afterlife? Help Revenant kick the shit out of the robots. Lend me your power.
It's like the commercial from Beetlejuice.
Exactly.
In a nice crossover between that and Ghostbusters. So yes,
I just love how Sean just
love
leaned
all of
over
it.
and had it added commentary, just like
He was ready to go.
Lean back in the frame just for a second, and then back up.
And also, like, some of them I'm going to be like, also, this is surprisingly comfortable to me. I don't like, in my head, he's just very, he's like, oh, this is actually quite nice. This is, I'm comforted by this.
It is both new and in weird ways kind of familiar to the old ways some of this stuff used to work.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm having thoughts. I'm having thoughts that I really don't need to be having in like what's potentially the last session because I'm having all kinds of thoughts.
Season 2, baby.
Perry.
Yeah.
Yes. Perry is prepared for this.
Is he? Okay,
Well,
cool.
Prepared?
Here's my idea. Here's my idea because I have this move.
Moment of truth?
Sorry. No, not yet.
Okay.
Sorry. I was just throwing that up. Sorry, I was finishing that thought. My bad. Let me get back to my sheet. Where'd my sheet go? Brrr. So, the last time I had a chance to scoop up, this is always prepared, and I had a chance to scoop up a whole bunch of gadgets and stuff.
From down below, sure.
From down below. So I am, it's an Unleash Your Powers, but it's a superior roll when I produce a new gadget. And my thought is, unless this breaks the scene, that this gadget, rather than letting us go back to normal in time, I guess it'll have to go off the results of the roll how well this happens. But my thought is, I'm not just going back to normal time. I'm going to accelerate within this faster than actual. So going faster than Dr. Infinity herself at the moment, who is progressing at normal rate of speed. I'll be normal plus 100 or however much I can get depending on the roll.
Okay.
And if there is a secondary effect,
I have a really good
bring
idea what this is
somebody
going to look
with
like.
me.
Yeah, I have a
So,
really good
yeah.
idea what this is going to look like.
It's like a rapidly aging speedster.
Right.
I have a really good idea how this is going to look. Yeah, why don't you give it? So yeah, give me the.
I roll as a superior.
Yeah, roll the superior.
I do not currently have influence.
Wait,
over
don't roll the superior. Don't roll the dice over next to superior though.
Roll the always prepared.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully it will actually roll and not give us a blank dice.
Yes.
And the reason I say it is because guilty is going to screw it up if you roll the actual dice over next to superior.
Correct.
Hey,
Kablam.
rolled right. All right, cool. Do you think anybody else on site? Well, I can spend a team to make that a 10 if you want. Because NPCs can kind of help with teams, so Blackbird's help, any of that kind of stuff.
Blackbird would be physically closest to me at the moment, or perhaps Vigil. Well, that was the only two. That was a dumb answer. But now, because of the way that bringing the suit up happened, I'm probably closest to Blackbird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can spend
So
a team if that's okay. We can spend a
sounds
team
great.
and having Blackbird kind of helping and push you all the way to a 10. So the gadget in this case is going to be the fact that you brought that you've
Enough
got
stuff to
hang
augment
on just
the
one second.
stuff
My
I have
dogs
now.
are going crazy and I've got to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
I just realized with my fill on my burn, I actually leveled up advanced. So
Nice. Quick, pick a new one before he comes back.
I'm just getting more burn or more flares. Rounding that off.
So when you burn, you get flares. Is that how that works?
No, so my flares are the moves for my burn.
Got it. Okay.
But I started with 4 originally, and then like each advancement, I could either. It's one of my things that I can pick 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I have all the flares.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
The deluxe toolbox.
Kind of like worship. That'll be pretty fun to bring in eventually.
Pair that with Silas's like star stuff.
And I still have my moment of truth unlocked. I haven't touched that yet.
Dope.
The worship thing actually works really well with kind of what I had originally in mind for the plan, but we'll see if we even get to that. I don't even know if we will.
I mean, the connection's open. If you would just want to tell us your plan like through brainwaves, you can definitely do that.
Right. Where and is Perry with us still, or is he still with Blackbird?
No, Perry's up here.
Well, no, we're on the because the roof went vroom, and the suit came up when Perry bamped in, but Blackbird and the suit came up on the.
Gotcha.
Frank, let me see your nails. You didn't make a video yet, or at least
Oh,
I
Right.
didn't
Well,
video.
no, I had to touch them up because
Oh, I like them.
we did it, but there was also a lot of house cleaning happening yesterday, and so I was actually touching them up during this session, which is why they're at different coats. Like these two are darker than that one and stuff, but it's sparkly purple, which works for Perry in this whole thing. So yeah, so and it's a color that Short Stack picked out for herself, because like she has a bunch of little paints that just wash off that she can. That they're nail paints, but they wash off immediately.
Mhm.
And she can use those whenever. And then she has like the real ones that she can only do when she sits down with mom to do the thing. And so because it was her spring break this past week, she had salon days. And
Yeah, because I remember I saw the video with the toes, and I was like, "You're like, oh, manicures are coming up." I was like, "I want to see the fingies."
Yeah, I saw that. So I didn't post it yesterday because there was also chores happening and stuff. And then I tried to finish it, and I was at the completely wrong angle, and it got all gumped up. And then it turns out that me having anything on my fingernails that I can rub at. So I just picked it all clean. So yeah, it was bad this morning.
Yeah. I can't paint my own nails, so therefore I go get them done.
Yeah.
Everything okay, Joyce? You're muted, bud.
You muted.
One of my kids' friends showed up and unannounced, and the dogs are losing their mind and barking and going crazy and all that kind of stuff.
That's a good dog who protects that house. That's a good boy.
So the scene the thing that I'm thinking of, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, in the midst of all of this happening, and Caleb kind of bringing up this stuff, or not really moving, but bringing up this energy around him, and everyone's kind of struggling against his bubble. Up out of the iris thing, out of the iris entrance, comes another bot, weirdly in the same color scheme. Now that I notice it, but so
yeah, I hadn't figured out how to dial in colors yet until I got to like Blackbird's suit, is where you start seeing me messing with the color stuff. So Guardian was early enough in my Hero Forge journey that.
So yeah, Guardian's suit comes flying up out of the opened iris entrance there, and says in Dr. Infinity's voice, "Fully back online, Perry. What do we need to do?" Oh, I see. And doesn't seem to be affected by the time dilation at all.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's totally Guardian's normal combat suit, but all of this stuff going on.
With the non-broken
with
version.
the non-broken version hanging out right there. Just because there's still a little bit of chaos happening here, and it's 1:00. 5 minutes, and then we
he's good.
Come back and do the thing.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna make sure I actually mute this time.
Hey, Mo.
And if there is a secondary effect,
That's amazing, Mo. That's hilarious. Oh. And now I don't remember what I was going to tell you.
I muted the wrong thing. I should have muted my mic. Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic now and like charge my mouse some more. It always dies in the most convenient times. I'm just like,
Of course. Why would it die in, like, you know, a reasonable
using it?
time?
yeah. Were you listening to the stream and like clanged over that little area?
Oh, remember? I had this stream like going, and I forgot that I had it like hooked up to AirPods that were under here, so I could like I was listening to it while I was like doing other stuff on the break, and then I like took the AirPods out, came back in, and then it was still playing, and I didn't hear it when I was putting my headphones on. I was like, what the fuck is that saying? And then I looked down, and I was like,
Oh no. Apparently our mic is still hot. Not right. For the chat. As soon as I changed and got back on here, she passed out. It's just been kind of
good, that's awesome. She's
Yeah.
sleepy.
She's like, I swam all morning.
Jealous.
Yeah. She woke me up this morning too, so I'm just like at 5:30. I was like, why? Please stop. But she's 46 pounds as of yesterday.
In my head, I heard 46, and then my brain filled in the rest of the sentence with 46 years old.
She's an old lady already. Time has flown.
I was like, wait a minute, hang on. My whole brain is giving up on thought processes. So, I talked to my dad today, and he was like, hey, I booked us a tea time to go play golf on Sunday for Easter, just the two of us. And I was like, sucks to suck. I'm not going.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that.
Sorry for what?
Everything okay?
Yeah, should be well sorted. And my first print for the stupid thing that I'm doing. Here's
Hey.
yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Also, who is golfing now? Like, sorry, we were having a conversation before you got back to us.
It's so bad for the environment.
So bad.
100% honest too, it's really just an excuse to drink.
That's fair.
Like, I don't think it's fun. My dad really enjoys it. It literally like after my mom passed away, I literally think it's what saved his life. Like after she was gone, like because he would literally working like 14-hour days, like every day of the week. After she was gone, and then he was started doing that, and he was like, "Oh, I guess I can take time off to like not be,
working myself to death."
Yeah. And I was like, "Good, that's something."
There's definitely a certain generation that needs that. To do. You know what? Can I just talk about this for a second? So I made a TikTok about this. Like, what I want to be doing this morning was playing video games, and instead what I was doing was rendering 3D horseshoes for my wife for the ponies at their stable. Just out of sheer dumb luck, I laid this out and they're two different 3D things that I just sort of glommed onto each other, but I laid them out and this happens. Like it's a perfect it just stands up.
That's
the
cool.
little nameplate
That's awesome.
makes it like it's perfectly square. I'm really happy about that. That's neat.
That's fantastic.
But they're gonna put them on the doors of the stable, like each stable for the ponies and stuff. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So sorry. Back to
I think we're waiting on Perry.
the shenanigans. That's okay. Because there's other stuff to resolve for other things that are happening at this exact moment. So the Silas's eyes starting to glow red and, like straining through that. And like, I fought through the time lock before, you robot psycho bitch. I'm going to fight through it again. And Clarity going, basically reaching around this time lock with her brain to do something.
Oh, you walked away, by the way, because my fail when I burn actually put me at a next advance. And I decided to get the last of the burns, or the flares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you basically have all the burns?
I have
You have all the flares?
I've caught all the Pokemon.
You've caught all the explosive Pokemon.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, that's happening. And really, as like something's about to give, and then Caleb kind of comes through and goes, "Let me just release the parking brake on all this shit that's been going on," and kind of just this extra weird cold blast of Arctic air kind of comes in around you guys, but suddenly,
we just feel it. We don't see like black ghosty wisps.
No, it just suddenly gets like walking out of a Phoenix summer into air conditioning blasting at 68 degrees, like moment. But at that same time, all of the brakes come off suddenly. So,
can I make a request?
Yes, sir.
Can I have so you know how my eyes used to go like cuttlefish when I would do my powers and stuff?
Sure.
Can I have them go completely like they're made out of like this smoke that just like drips down my face?
I'm working on the figure right now.
So
yes!
So like what is it like what is that called? The special kind of ice.
Dry
Like
ice?
Dry ice, like a dry ice smoke bleed out of your eye sockets.
Yes.
Yikes.
But like
I know
sockets,
exactly how to do that.
yes. Yeah, so like as I'm like channeling all this death magic, my eyes just like kind of just turn into smoke and start going down.
So yeah, what you probably see then is that comes down and out, and just as when the smoke reaches you guys, suddenly freedom of movement comes back. but also everything gets a little bit kind of it almost like turns into Lord of the Rings like ring vision. Around, things get a little bit flat, kind of monochrome, kind of like all that kind of stuff. So Silas, I think you were working on the Bubble O drones.
Well,
or
isn't it the net that's causing all of the spacey timey-wimey
yes,
bullshit?
yes.
Okay. All right. So as I'm like charging up my eyes, all right. Here's the fucking plan. I'm gonna take care of the net. He's like clearly agitated because he's angry. And he's like, "This is not how I pictured this going, but fuck it, we're gonna do it, okay? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take care of the net. Caleb, I need you to do what you do best and break shit. All of these drones need to go bye-bye. Mitzi, if there is anybody in the area, I need you to telepathically communicate them, tell them how to get to a safe spot, and if there's anyone that's getting attacked, I need you to bubble them up, and you're on crowd control. And Perry, we're gonna clear the way so that you can get to Dr. Infinity and shut it down. Does that sound good to everybody?
Now there may have already been some stuff happening while he was saying all of this stuff, but what is? So you were fighting loose mostly to like kind of like get the plan out to everybody. Is that, or were you doing that mentally? Is this all happening mentally?
I guess it's all happening.
Yeah,
mentally.
I got the link up. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, actually, before I tell Mitzi to do something she might not even have to do, are there people in the area at risk? Do we know that?
Not really. I mean, you guys are at the top of the tower, and I mean, working at Exemplar Tower requires like special insurance just in general anyway. So anybody
within the, like a 5-mile radius.
Yeah, I mean. Area. So yeah, there isn't crowd control's not.
Exemplar campus would have a certain sort of blast radius built into the design.
If you want to come like on your lunch hour and like walk around the pool outside of Exemplar Tower down there at the base of the tower and stuff, you have to sign a waiver.
Fuck it then. In character. Fuck it then. Mitzi, why don't you take care of the net and I'll help Silas with the drones. Or I'll help
You are
Caleb with the drones. I know this. I'll help Revenant with the drones. And he's Clarity, you take care of the net. I'll help Caleb with the drones.
The drones are the net. So Clarity.
God damn it, this is so fucking confusing.
The drones are making the net.
Okay.
Clarity, help with Dr. Infinity or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, I have an idea. I know what I'm gonna do to help.
All right.
What's your idea?
But what are
Tell
you?
me.
I want to know.
Open to suggestions here.
Hey, so do you remember our first fight against the teacher in the other dimension?
Right.
Yeah.
And I gave you super cool psychic weapons.
That was dope.
Yeah, I got an idea.
Oh God.
And I'm going to I want to pull this magic out. And all the weapons that I've been summoning for me, I'm going to pull out this
Cloud
massive
stripe
great
sword.
this massive broadsword. But I want it to be as creepy and death-like as possible, because I'm pulling it out of the other side, and I'm just going to walk over and be like, I made you this. And it is probably about 8 feet long and 2 feet wide.
Have you guys seen the TikTok video of the guy who he's not really a blacksmith, but he makes full steel replicas, full length, full size, but not foam, actual metal replicas of all the anime swords and stuff that a human can barely lift, and then he chops stuff with them while the thing that he's chopping is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sells it to people. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he pulls out a Cloud Strife greatsword that's twice as big as, and it's got, with you, it's that's good heft.
I kind of slowly take it. I'm this is new and weird, but I'm down for it. All right. So in that case, Caleb and I will take care of the net thing. Mitzi, maybe you
I will
go with
clear the
Carrie
way
and
for
Falcon.
Dr. Parrot for Dr. Infinity.
Dr. Infinity.
I like that. Let's do it.
Let's have
Do it as a team.
I'm going to have starting off with Silas, I'm going to have Silas and Mitzi at least roll directly engage. So that's danger. Unless Missy wants to use burn, in which case.
I kind of want Caleb's hair to go shock white as he's like doing
Yes!
all this. Like,
Yes.
I think that would be sick.
Danny Phantom. I'm just kidding.
As I'm working on the fig.
Yes, Danny Phantom. Oh my god, I love that.
Danny Phantom.
I mean,
Oh my god.
kind of.
Trying to see which one of my things is it. It's not overcharge. It's not boost.
Reality Storm?
It is Reality Storm. Yeah, I'm gonna use Reality Storm.
Is that a directly engaged thing? Or what is it?
You channel a direct burst with your powers. Spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers. Rolling plus freak instead of plus danger.
Nice. What's your freak?
My freak is a 3, while my
Nice.
danger was a 1.
So do that.
But question:
Yes.
do I still need to take the -2? Oh wait, no, I'm not afraid. Never mind.
You're not afraid, but make sure that you aren't, because you're rolling freak. The condition that would mess you up would be
It is. So I have to add that plus
unless your
2
powers.
then.
Yeah, so add the +2 to counteract the thing that where you're hopeless and it should matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter in this case. So you roll that, and then Silas, you also roll directly engage with whatever other stuff you're going on. And it should be a +1 for or +1 ongoing to do all of that stuff.
Did it take it?
That is a 9. Yeah, I took it. It's showing the +3.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Now,
yeah.
do you want it to be a 10 from various things happening and stuff like that? Because people have got team to burn, and you might as well go all in. With all
Or
this
I
stuff.
can send another burn if I want to avoid a collateral damage.
Well, spending the burn to avoid collateral damage, that's up to you, one
Okay.
way or the other. Do you want it to be a 10 and be give you more options off of the directly engaged?
Yes.
All right. So
I'm also going to avoid collateral damage, so I'm
Okay.
burning both
Both burn.
burns.
Got you both burn, and since you said you're making room for Dr. Infinity, I think the assistance there is probably from Perry. Perry and Dr. Infinity working in concert with you to kind of like clear the path through for Dr. Infinity to engage. So
So with a 10 plus, I'm going to, obviously create an opportunity, and then impress, surprise, frighten the opposition, because I don't think.
I like it.
So I'm open to whatever.
Perry says,
Retaliation.
yeah, as you're starting to do this, like, I'm going to try and create an opening, and Perry says, not to steal a line from your boyfriend or anything, but you hold him and we'll hit him. Did I channel Perry well enough for that? I think I did.
That was perfect.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, Frank. I didn't realize you were back. I would have had you do that.
No, I am. It's all good. I've got. Thank you.
Hello.
I had an unintentionally long break, but I also have the occasional visit from Short Stack, which is why I'm quite often muted. So.
Also, Sean, that image of Revenant.
Where?
So good.
What did I miss it? I missed it.
It's
terrifying.
It's so good.
Where
It's
is
in
it?
a game.
Is it? Oh, I.
Oh,
Yes.
I fucking love that so much.
That is. Yikes.
So yeah, she's doing what she can to hold it out, and any consequences that may happen, or she's open for them. So
All right. So you're not avoiding consequence. Got you. You're not avoiding.
yeah, hit me
thing.
with your. I shouldn't say that, but
All right. So you are basically what you do. Not so much like with the drones or anything like that, but you basically just glom on to Dr. Infinity herself, and are kind of holding them in place and as much as possible, like sort of isolating them. The drones kind of anywhere near them kind of react sort of to that in kind and are I mean, you can get a little bit of a shield up, but they're basically like beam blasting down at you while this is happening. We're going to get to that in just a second. Meanwhile, Silas has taken the thing, crouched, and is like basically flying through. We're using a lot of different animation references here, but the whole like the newer Voltron series, when they pull out the big sword and just like take the sword and hold it sideways and fly along the side of the ship, ripping open the sides of spaceships and stuff like that. Kind of feels a little bit about how this is going. So, Silas, why don't you roll a directly engage as well, and we'll see how that goes. In this case, it would be Caleb sort of helping because big magic sword. If you need team.
I gotcha. Well, because I have stage fighting also, I get to, on directly engages, I get to roll superior instead of danger.
Oof. Okay. So make sure that do you have any conditions right now?
Oh, I do.
Superior is assessed. So make sure.
So I do affect that.
Yeah,
so
add a +2.
10.
Yeah, add a +2 into that to do the thing. So that should be a 10, and that is sweet. So I want to know what is the little aside like comment to the or media meme call out to the cameras just before you begin the flyby with all the swords and stuff like that, as you like turn to the camera and say
something super cheesy. He's just
like a super literally like a Dragon Ball Z reference or something. I don't know.
Oh no, it would just be like Dr. Infinity ordered the ass whooping in mass, and we do catering. And he just like flies out and goes,
and then it's just nothing but swords and all this other kind of stuff. All right, so
that's amazing. Sorry, I got distracted by the figure of Birthright with the giant greatsword with skulls all over it.
Somebody beat me to it. Oh,
you said you wanted creepy.
Oh,
so. Yeah,
perfect. Love it.
That's awesome.
I figured this was better than the option that has like conch shells all over it. So.
That's good stuff. All right, so you got that.
I apologize. Short Tech needs help real quick. I'll be right back.
That's no problem.
Perry's doing Perry stuff.
That's a 10. What are your options off of directly engage for this?
Let me go ahead and look. I think we're gonna go with. We're gonna resist and avoid blows first of all.
Okay.
And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an opportunity for my allies. And so I'm basically going to try and as I'm chopping it up, I'm trying to split up the net as much as possible and like sever all of the connections.
Gotcha.
Therefore, creating opportunity by my allies by like releasing the net's hold on them.
Okay. All right. Well, there's so much going on right now. Lots and lots of things.
Like.
Kind of need Perry to be back for this, but okay, yeah. So just to talk meta GM stuff, one of the challenges with any of the mass stuff, just in general, it can be kind of a challenge sometimes. I like the Cloud Strife sword, good stuff. Pulling it from behind the back, a little bit hard to believe. Anyway, the way, and for those of you who play D&D, one of the big challenges, like when you say, I'm going to do a big dragon, but you have a party of 6, is the action economy. Like, how do you keep one big bad guy from getting completely overwhelmed by a bunch of little dudes, because everybody gets a whole bunch of turns, and then you get to do one big thing, and then, right?
That's the nice thing about at least layer actions and legendary actions in 5th edition, is it kind of mitigates that a little bit.
And that's kind of how they built the stuff for bad guys in you can put threats out, and if you just ignore, like, this person's swinging at the Hulk swinging at you, what do you do? And if somebody doesn't leap in there to defend, then the hit lands. But when they take conditions from any of this kind of stuff, then certain things just happen, right? So it's like the layer things, it's like the big villain things and stuff like that. That's supposed to happen every time they take a condition. You guys just did 3 conditions to them all at once. So it's like, how do all of those things?
Technically, mine was to her specifically.
Yeah.
Right then.
Yeah. But the bots are functionally just an extension of her. So there's 3 conditions that all like go bang, 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 all at the same time. Luckily, because of the conditions that they can take, thematically there's stuff there, and there's a list of like, here's 5 or 6 things that they might do in response to taking this condition. And thematically, there's one in under each one of those conditions that kind of that are similar. So you can have her take 3 conditions and just do this one thing, turn to an exponential of 3 in response, and simplifies things. Anyway, it's kind of a GM thing. It's interesting and challenging. It has always been for me as a GM to kind of get your head around that. And I kind of need. Well, we'll get Perry back here in a little bit. In the meantime, this is what's happening. So Dr. Infinity takes a look at the situation. The drones are being vaped. Apparently, somebody who should not have the ability to do so is somehow channeling some kind of energy that's negating this time lock. That was unforeseen within this timeline. And that's actually, there's a whole lot of stuff that's happening right now. Evil Dr. Infinity says, no! And the other one says at the same time, interesting. Normally, Revenant does not manifest that ability unless they have not rid themselves of the influence of the Eldritch being. This is an interesting development. So, like, regular Dr. Infinity is going, oh, that's a variation I haven't seen before. Meanwhile, Evil Dr. Infinity is raging and shaking her fist and saying, you meddling kids. At the same thing, basically. So there's a lot of stuff going wrong all at once. They're being gripped. They can't, they're physically being restrained. The bots are going up. The powers are being neutralized down on the roof. Dr. Infinity is coming. And the situation gets wildly more intense all of a sudden because I should have come up with a better name for the bad one, but Mustachio Dr. Infinity runs through all the possible permutations of how this is going to go right now, and I'm trying to think of exactly what she says. We must take advantage of this reset opportunity. Clarity, you are at that moment functionally holding a black hole in your hands.
That's terrifying.
They've taken their little vortex engine thing inside of their body and gone, if I can't temporally remove them, I will just vaporize everything within the range of a singularity. And if that happens to suck the whole planet down, well, the timeline still gets cleaned up anyway.
Do I need to do something about this right now, or are you gonna wait?
Possibly.
Do you need me to take like a powerful blow or something? Or
you're holding it at a range, but you are telekinetically with your brain trying to hold essentially I feel like there's a weird overlap in space and time with black holes. So yeah, they're taking their temporal engine and turning it into a black hole. Seems like it tracks.
So yes to the powerful blow.
I feel like actually basically something like parry and then try to hold the thing steady.
Yeah.
Do you think take a powerful blow first and then try to hold it steady, or?
I'm gonna try held steady first, and then maybe
Yeah.
after holding it for so long, maybe then the powerful blow.
So what I'm going to have you do is roll defend, because you're really trying to protect everybody from being sucked into a black hole. So I'm going to have you roll, unless you have a move that supplants a regular defend. And I know you've got burn, but
I'm out of burn already,
so you might just be rolling savior on this one.
Yeah, which is going to be a -4.
So that crying out parry, it may be entirely appropriate. So let's have that roll and see where we're at.
Am I defending parry? So do I get a +1 at least?
You're defending everybody. So yeah, you can take a +1 because a lot of the people that are here on the
world.
Yeah. Certainly the people immediately on the floor on the
Oh dear.
Bud.
Just gonna take that potential.
Well, let's see though.
So
if everybody helps,
we can get to 7.
So what is your thing? What is your thing that gives you a +2 instead of a +1? Tell me about that.
Through when you help a teammate through destructive, criminal, or rule-breaking actions, you can give them a +2 instead of a +1 when you spend team from the pool.
Okay, so the black hole is starting to go, and you're trying to hold it, and that's the other thing, and it's being fed by their whole network of stuff. So what is this big destructive thing? Probably something that wipes out all this, the drone network kind of stuff, all of those kinds of things.
Okay. Okay, so
what does it look like?
This was a thing that I was thinking, so we're going to go back to Creepy Caleb because he seems to be do great. So we're going to keep doing that.
Uh-huh. I will note, as you kind of freed up the time bubble a little bit and this thing started to go haywire, Blackbird kind of lifting Vigil are now kind of up on the high spot in the back of but sort of in the background. They've just sort of arrived somewhere on scene here. Yeah. But carry on. You're doing your thing.
Okay. Have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
So if spoilers in case anybody hasn't seen it, but at the very end, there's the giant hand that shoots up out of the ground.
Mm.
Yeah.
I want to summon a skeletal version of one of those to start raking through all of those. And maybe it has to come out through the side of the tower. I almost called it Avengers Tower.
Sure. Okay, so that's happening. You're trying to interfere, you're basically subtracting from anything else that can feed into this thing, wiping out as many of these things as you can. Silas?
So this is me assisting Mitzi?
Yes. As the black hole is starting to kind of...
So yeah, I've done a lap and of chopping guys up, and then I land back and I see what's going on. And I kind of do my usual, I fly up to Mitzi and I put my hands on her shoulders and I go, "You got this. You can do this." And I'm basically just trying to
just hold on long enough for Perry to do one of his crazy things. All right.
Just hold on. I'm here.
And Perry, so you and Dr. Infinity.
Real quick, can you give? So part of this is Perry was doing stuff to get his time gadget working.
Well, the time gadget in this case,
while Frank was out helping short stack with her shoes. So
I am representing.
How did the singularity happen? Perry's looking up. Going,
yes, I'm representing your gadget working as literally Dr. Infinity, the proper Dr. Infinity, Zhaofinity, is back on the field. That's your gadget.
Fantastic.
They came back up. They're out. And then all of this stuff happened. Everybody's trying to bust loose. The death energy is loosening up everybody's ability to move. Mitzi has literally physically grabbed MD Infinity in a crushing grip. The drones are being wiped out with the Super Saiyan sword. All this kind of stuff. And there's enough going wrong and you can actually, without thinking about it too hard, easily track the chain of event. The thing is, I was going to, this is MD Infinity.
I can ADD A
Well,
to Q on that. No problem.
Right.
Sure.
This is MD Infinity going, okay, I was going to take this little bubble and basically pull it right out of the timeline and move it somewhere that would never come back to the timeline to fix everything. I have lost the ability to do that, so I will simply convert this thing into myself into a black hole and wipe out this area, which will still affect this timeline, but will still remove all of the pesky people who keep screwing with the timeline. Thus,
Those damn meddling kids.
yeah, since
Right,
I can't pull the damn meddling kids into a time bubble and set them off on my shelf, I will instead simply nuke the site from orbit, and that's
the needs of the many is the galaxy, and the needs of the one is this planet, and we're screwed.
yes.
So yeah.
So and now what has happened is Mitzi is trying to
On the bright side, the Vogons will have plenty of room for their their bypass.
Yes.
But yeah, go ahead.
Mitzi, having suddenly found herself holding in her telekinetic grip not an android, but instead a nascent singularity, is struggling to hold on to that, and you and Zhalfinity can kind of get up in there and get in their face and do stuff. This might be, yeah.
I think
So
it's-
how
I
do you
think it's,
while
Bigby over here is holding things still with the giant hand, I can put that portable hole inside a bag of holding and get it the hell away from here.
So you basically like portal
Do you not
away
know
her
that trick?
chest?
What?
Oh,
Well, yeah, 'cause
Andrew's looking like he's never heard that
No,
trick before.
doesn't that create an explosion? Doesn't that nuke the area and send everything to the astral plane instead of like containing things?
But if
We might be too
don't
far
want the
afield.
singularity here.
yeah.
We want the singularity away.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
Just
gonna
like
Just imagine that my portals are like a giant sewer pipe. And
Okay.
everything flows.
visually
away.
We're
what
making it
happens.
Someone else's problem.
Yes, we're making someone else's problem. Visually, what happens is Perry basically puts a portal directly in front of Dr. Infinity's chest, and one directly behind Dr. Infinity, and then does this. And reverses their position
You know how when you
straight
take the
through
bus
their
and you
body.
through and you pull it through to get the. So there's going to be a little knot in space time where that used to be.
And now there's
Less Dr. Infinity.
Dr.
100% less Doctor.
Infinity. So you're left with basically
I should roll something for this.
no, you're rolling. This is essentially you're just converting. At this point in time, you're contributing team
Oh yeah.
to
Okay.
her success to hold this thing and keep everybody from actually dying.
Yeah.
Now this gets us up to a 7, which is
Is that a partial hit?
it's a weak hit. But there are potentially some consequences there with the defend.
I mean, I said I was open to drama and like damage, so
you can
hit-
clear
hit- hit
condition.
me.
You can clear condition on 7-9. You expose yourself to some cost, retribution, or judgment. So that feels like the big strain of doing all of this and having it suddenly go away. I can see it doing it terrible.
Do you want me to roll the
Yeah.
powerful blow?
But first, and this is key, you can clear condition somewhere in the midst of this because.
Ow.
When you get a hit, you get to either add team to the pool, take influence over someone that you protect, or
Oh,
clear
I see.
condition.
No, I didn't see
Yeah,
that earlier.
that technically happens while you're succeeding. You're like, yes! So somewhere in there's that spike of hope, and then everything goes, ugh, and you have to deal with the. So for a moment,
I
there's
got rid of hopeless.
nice, and now you can roll. You take a powerful blow to deal with that whole thing and the implosion of a black hole suddenly not being where you were holding it. Do you just fucking pass out? Like, yes! Just kind of, I mean,
Yeah, Silas is right there, right? He's like,
Yeah.
has like,
yeah.
I think she just passed out into just like his arms.
Yeah. Because the other options are things like lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. And, I mean, we've done that.
Yeah, we've done that before. We don't need to do that again.
Yeah, you basically lifted a Buick and then somebody took the Buick off you and you essentially passed out from the blood all rushing to your head.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. If he's there, he's gonna catch her, or hopefully.
Okay,
Gonna catch
so
her.
He does.
so you're holding all this stuff, and then he does the zip, and the bots are falling or being swatted out. Silas is, I got you. And kind of tilt, breathing is good, and kind of getting her set down on the ground. The individual, the torso and the bottom half of MD Infinity, I'm going to differentiate it that way, begin to fall, and then they stop. Like they start to tumble, and then they stop. And they're not stopping like they're being held in a telekinetic grip or anything like that. They stop like they're in a time bubble. But in this case, it's Zhaofinity kind of holding it and says, "All right, I have the processor. They're going to, and kind of bringing everything back down to back down to the top of the building. Bits of other bots still kind of tumbling, kind of falling like the ammo casings and stuff in that Matrix thing from the when they're like doing the big gun
pool you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, in the pool.
We have a nice callback shot of like people hanging out by the pool and a piece of robot falling into it the same way that Caleb fell into the river a couple scenes ago.
So the pieces are kind of set out there. Infinity is still there, MD Infinity still has power, is still there. Doesn't have the power source able to enact things, but is still there. So, Perry, you're there.
Yeah, I was just say I like the idea of, but only because this is like the most recent thing that I've seen regarding time travel and stuff, that not astral plane, but instead of like we are in space time, that I went and inverted it into time space.
Yep.
And
because
because of this game, my For You page is like all time travel TikToks.
All time travel TikToks. Okay, so Dr. Infinity, your Zhaofinity is standing there over the thing. MD Infinity is there looking up at you and says, "The only thing that's different between me and that is the fact that you gave me free reign to actually fix everything. The simple fact of the matter is that you being here will always damage the timeline. Taking you out of here is the only logical conclusion. And you can stop me, and you can try your little tricks and loops, and it will never work because you're not willing to go far enough."
Counterpoint.
What we lawyers call a counter offer.
You, without safeguards, are a bigger problem than the problem I created you to solve.
But I would have solved it.
At what cost?
Only you
Understand
and your
this.
friends.
Understand this. You are not a failure. You've just helped us discover another way that doesn't work. And that's progress. So be proud of that. And initiate shutdown protocols.
So good! Just want to give Perry a hug.
Right.
He's just...
I feel like there's because of her without safeguards, there's got to be like a double dog dare bypass override thing that I'm going to have to
Double secret probation.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry, Hal. I can't do that.
Exactly. I feel like if I could have just initiated shutdown protocols, if it was that easy, I would have done that already. But there's got to be something. Maybe it's my one remaining gadget.
Oh, Joyce, I think you're still muted.
Weird. The thing fights me sometimes. Am I back?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I have one remaining gadget in my always prepared, could that be the thing that allows me to actually initiate the shutdown protocol?
You've also got your moment of truth.
Yeah, your moment.
I
of
feel
truth.
like we're in it right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that already done happened. It's been happening.
We're always going to be. This is Jalfinity, is, you know. They're right in that we are the crux of the problem. Pieces and parts of the main players here are always the pillars that hold up this thing that we're trying. They're the very pillars that are holding up the edifice we're trying to take down.
Yeah.
We need to
And
not
yet-
be here. Not you and me. We. This. Me. I need to not be here.
I would argue that the treatment for cancer involves a certain amount of hair loss.
Am I hair in this scenario? Or am I the wig?
No, I think no. Yes, the maggots are going to eat a certain amount of living tissue. You know what I mean? Like
You're making me feel really good about myself as a creation of your own.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but what I'm trying to say is,
Can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs.
She stops you, and
when I
she
said
stops you and puts her hand out. She goes, "Go find the person that you built me to be. Accept that something horrible is coming, and fix it with them. And I will take myself out of the equation because I'm part of the problem you're trying to solve." Thank you for making me be, but it was the wrong move. And we know that now. Sometimes, as much as we try to keep going back and going back, the only way out is through.
I hear that. And a dose of.
So she kind of gathers up all the pieces and parts of Dr. Infinity. For the next, I'm sorry to everybody else. The next few minutes are going to hurt a little bit. And then a portal opens up behind her and she kind of steps back through it. And the portal goes down. And she's not wrong, because the next couple of minutes suck, because she is stepping back and excising herself out of events for the last 9 months and all the loops, in such a way as to leave you in this position where this is the primary line, but without all of the this is now the only time that you ever did it and you got it this right. And she was never here. Does that work
That
with
makes
what
sense,
you and I were
because
talking about?
It absolutely does, because now Perry, as he just said to Goatee Infinity, that you're not a failure, you just discovered another way that doesn't work. Perry spent 250 some odd years and multiple loops over the past 9 months figuring out ways that don't work. And now we know that. keep going through. Yes.
Okay.
This works.
So
I shall reset my memories forthwith.
This is the loop that works the best.
Yeah.
Or
of all the possible loops.
Or you just have to
And
settle.
look, none of the city is nuked, so that's a good thing.
Best possible solution.
A couple pieces of robot in a pool. I'll take that.
And this is Perry telling himself all this stuff, guys. Well, he's there's like
total out loud.
He's just he's just doing this.
While
if you permit me, the entire time tears just streaming down his face. Like he is physically an absolute wreck, but at the same time he's walking himself through this and talking himself through how this is the absolutely the best possible.
This is centuries of life's work. So
yes, I just 100%. Rewatched this, so I wouldn't have thought of it otherwise. But in a weird. If you guys have ever watched The Umbrella Academy, this reminds me of Five and Dolores for some reason. Like if you guys have ever watched The Umbrella Academy. Anyway. Anyway. So a few other pieces here, because as things get reset,
I feel like in Perry's bunker now, there's like the quintessential 1970s Farrah Fawcett poster, except it's Dr. Infinity.
so strange. So strange. But yeah, there's a couple of it doesn't because they're doing it very carefully, because they're doing it as well as Dr. Infinity ever could. It's leaving things largely intact in terms of there's a few things where it's like, no, that didn't really happen. I sort of dreamed that kind of memories with some of the various encounters. But you can see things getting better. Like you can actually watch the city in some places, like the buildings resetting and stuff like that from all the shenanigans that have been going on for the last month. Certainly that was one of the first things that happened. It gets a little bit more complex and still kind of sorting things out.
I'm just going to make sure that Caleb gets straight A's.
But like the conversation, one of the shouting conversation between Blackbird and Clarity, like Perry was there and goes, no, it's because she's your cousin. Like that still happens, but it happens slightly differently so that like that, information was provided a little bit sooner. So things get a little bit slightly different dynamic with Exemplar Tower, but not a lot.
Is it going to be just Blackbird and Vigil that have this, and everyone, all the rest of the exemplars?
Vigil
would not? I mean, Vigil would anyway because of the spirit connection, but Blackbird is also wrapped up in having these sort of latent,
getting some of the resets. Other people aren't going to have experienced it nearly so directly. So yeah,
that's
Vigil. While this is happening, comes over to Caleb, and it's kind of because like everything's falling out of the city's resetting. The news helicopter's not there. Like it's just suddenly like it kind of like just fades as it's like doing its circle, and it just isn't there at this point. Vigil comes over, and the stuff that's currently on Caleb's face and is slowly fading, like that sort of striata. What's the word I'm thinking of? Striations or
is this hair going back to blonde instead of being white, or is it like
chiaroscuro shading?
Yeah, Vigil kind of walks over to you and looks around at everything and the fact, and she reaches up and pulls back her hood, and the hair is all white, and she pulls off her little like face thing, and she's got the same markings, but they aren't faded. They're in the skin. She's probably Heather Mirren's age.
Who is that?
Oh
my God.
Okay. All right. She's in her 60s.
I also don't know. So
we'll say it like this: she's in her 60s. She's in her 60s. Okay, she's probably in her 60s. She has the same marks that you have on your face right now that are fading, except hers are in there, like facial tattoos.
You mean Helen Mirren?
What did I say?
Mirren.
Heather Mirren.
Oh, did I say Heather Mirren? I meant to say Helen Mirren.
That's why. Okay.
Sorry, Helen Mirren.
I also don't know. Okay, I want to know who she is. Okay, I look her up.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
I have a
was like, I
very,
don't know.
very specific picture in my head for how she looks right now, but there's a really, really cool picture that I have of her that we'll get up to. But in any case, she's in her 60s, looks great for someone in her 60s, but she's clearly somebody. But she comes over, pulls the mask down, does this thing. She's like, "We need to talk."
Okay.
And I need
what?
to. Yeah, well, she's like, we need to talk, and then she starts to turn away, and she's like, and I need to retire. About what? What do you mean about? Don't. What you're doing is what I do. We're gonna talk.
New mentor. New mentor.
No, fuck that. No more mentors for Caleb. Fuck that.
Two mentors. Vigil and the Lilac Wizard team up to get Caleb. No, back in line. No.
Not my real dad.
Caleb's hair is now like permanently white. Like it's
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so bright you can see it from space.
Then while some of the other resets are happening, this ripple effect continues to happen. Vigil kind of comes over and kind of squats down next to where you're making sure Mitzi is comfortable and so she's breathing fine. She's just, you're checking the pupils, they're reacting to light and stuff. She's just out. She said, so she gets down and still getting over like the actual being able to see her face. And she's like, so, there have been enough people who have passed here in the tower and in, as part of the exemplars that, I know a few things that other people don't know. One of the people that passed used to be a drinking buddy of your dad's for when he was first part of the team. And it could have been at one point in time that he mentioned where it is that he goes off to. I heard from a little bird that you might be interested in having that information.
Very much so.
All right. Have you ever heard? Let me make sure I get this. Have you ever heard of the galactic polycule?
I'm not sure that I have.
People reading the comic are like, we do! We know what it is!
And I think as that happens, like the panel cuts and it looks at the bracelet that's on Missy's wrist.
And everybody's like, does Silas seriously not remember? Is he trying to play it cool in front of Vigil? I don't know. I don't know which one it is. It's possible he doesn't know.
The timeline's been reset so many times. Silas is like, I think he like vaguely remembers hearing something about it. And he's like, I don't even remember if that was real or if I was confusing that with something else.
So yeah, Perry's there crying. Caleb's staring after Vigil, like, the fuck? Blackbird's like kind of lurking in the background watching Mitzi, like half like annoyed that she cares and half like, semi worried that, you're sitting there kind of unconscious and stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, we can talk more. We'll get things sorted out in the next couple of weeks. And that voiceover of her saying we'll get things sorted out in the next couple of weeks kind of takes us to like kind of a it cuts to the next scene, so to speak.
3 days later.
3 days later. I guess to a certain extent, in my head, this is sort of like a Perry voiceover, a little bit. He sounds a lot more together.
Perry
just-
with the benefit of being able to remember the 200 some odd years.
Yeah. And not being quite so scattered at the time is like, we sorted out most of the things that kept going wrong that I realized were probably going wrong from all of the loops and resets and everything like that. And what it boiled down to is, in a lot of cases, we were just solving the problems that we'd caused. That's fine. That's how most of these things happen. But it was always just about making sure that we were ready to deal with the next thing. The big thing that was actually going wrong, and it had to do with keeping Transcendent from leaving, because when he left, it was always really bad when he came back. But now we know where he went. So, and now we know how to get there. So, we're going to try this a little bit different. Instead of waiting for whatever comes back to our doorstep, we're going to go see if we can stop it.
I already wrote it in the game chat.
Oh, you're a James chat? Let me look. Road trip.
Where road is, the galactic superhighway.
So we're gonna go see if we can take care of this thing right where it's starting from.
This is better than Perry's initial thought of where Transcendent was going to the monkey's homeworld. So this
it's more than that.
It's slightly better.
So it's Perry walking up, and it's back at Sentinel Plaza. So all the statues and everything basically intact. Mitzi's family kind of clustered around because everyone's kind of like taking pictures of Abuela because she's standing next to her statue. Nice. And she's like doing this thing and doing that thing and this thing. And then, but it's all basically a distraction because they turn around and Mom's still kind of like wiping tears and stuff like that because they know that there's a thing coming that they have to get ready for. And, everybody's, so the friends are there, Mom's there, the Lilac Wizard is there, Vigil's there, the mask is back on, kind of stuff. And, the Lilac Wizard and Vigil are both trying to talk to Caleb at the same time, and he's just turn around. Mom gives you a hug. Silas is, kind of waiting, trying not to look impatient, but also trying to be cool. Shaking Dad's hand. Kind of doing one of these things to somebody who's lingering way over on the edge of the park, who's like, Agent Goodall. Just kind of watching one last time.
Like Perry would be like awkwardly chunking Zhao in the shoulder, like.
And yeah, she like just looks at you like you idiot and punches you in the chest and then like right. Grabs you literally by the ears to give you a proper kiss. All this other kind of stuff.
I'm gonna need to take a powerful blow.
So, everybody, the four of you kind of gather around. There's sort of everybody sort of just watching and stuff. And Perry kind of activates the portal thing a little bit. Like he just sort of lights his stuff up, just for navigation, just for stability. And then Mitzi kind of raises the bracelet and does this thing. And it's like Perry's portal, but not exactly like Perry's portal. And yeah, Perry looks around and goes, "Road trip?"
No one I'd rather do it with.
You pick the tunes, I'll bring the snacks.
Caleb, you got that homemade
That's a saying, right? No, Mitzi's like looks at it. She's like, wait, that's a saying, right? I'm just making sure.
It is now. You said it.
So I just picture Caleb with like a hefty bag full of like homemade road snacks. So I don't know.
Literally running, just like running away from the lilac wizard and Vigil.
Yes.
Please God, get me out of here. Please God, get me out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Remember, and the dad is like, your dad is like, remember, be back before summer vacation is up. You still have another year.
We're gonna try.
I'll have her back, Dad. Don't worry.
You know, a lot of really, really
It'll be fine. I got
good
my powers
schools
from space,
just
probably.
take
Once upon a time. It'll be
GEDs
fine.
now. It's not a big deal.
That's not helping Perry.
Wait, what did Frank say? There was overlapping like
I'm sorry.
noises.
A lot of really, really good schools will accept a GED now. It's not a big deal.
It's not going to comfort. It's not
Yeah.
going to comfort him.
So Perry's reality is also no. You're not. Stop helping.
My camera is
Harry's
like,
comfort
really
and
not
support
working.
is not good.
Yes.
Yeah, my camera is just about cutting out. So, yeah. Portal open.
Are there a lot of people using a lot of things on your network today? 'Cause
No,
you've been
it's
working
just
hard
it's just
today.
the camera software doesn't last for
Ah,
hours and hours and hours before it starts to lock up. Anyway, so yeah. There's the portal. Last shots over the shoulder at anybody or anything like that, or the last words.
one small step for
No.
one giant leap for Ryan Squad. No, that ain't it.
No.
Shit, I had something for this.
Or is it
I
just
think-
like everybody takes holds hands and walks through? I don't know.
Are we wearing our uniforms or are we going in like street clothes?
I think
Gotta wear a
probably.
uniform.
I think wearing uniforms probably.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and they've got to be augmented because we're going to space.
And I think she's gonna Mitzi's gonna look up watch the other guys probably walk through first because she's gotta hold it open or something. I don't know, technology stuff. And she's gonna look at Silas and be like, "Thanks for coming with me on this crazy ride."
Of course. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
I love you, and she runs in.
Oh!
He looks back at her family and is like, and then runs through. It's amazing.
That's all.
Perfect.
That's
I
all.
feel like
That
there's
is-
got to be a moment of Perry giving finger guns to Zhao, and she's on the comm link so that she can still be our person in the chair.
You're sure this
On
is
like
gonna
a-
work galactically? I mean, that's awesome.
It's as close to an Ansible as I can make.
NASA
All right.
can do it. They can communicate with the what is it, the rover.
Yeah. No, I'm talking. This is Ansible. Like, rovers, morons.
Ansible's like, oh.
It's I forget who. It's a pretty standard trope at this point. I forget who wrote it originally, but it's
Entangled, blah blah blah, and it lets instantaneous travel. It's your instantaneous
communication, not
communication by virtue of
quantum entanglement.
yeah, but you're doing it basically one bit at a time, so it's slow. I can't find the thing I'm looking for. Okay, so yeah, this will have to do. So yeah, you guys, without knowing really where you're going or what you're stepping into or anything like that, step through to the galactic polycule, which is this if it's basically Jack Kirby was given control of all the art design for the stuff that happens out in space in your guys' setting. So it's just an absolute bonkers, magenta is my spirit animal kind of, crazy space city that you guys step out onto basically the portal opens where, you know, from their point of view, the portal opens onto a major sidewalk, and you guys step out into crazy ass space city.
Picturing like the
well,
Nexus or
Steve Ditko drawing Doctor Strange.
yeah.
I was honestly just thinking Guardians of the Galaxy when they're in that like really like glass city or whatever it is, like the
Oh yeah.
with like the walkways and like the sunshine and all that.
I couldn't find the image I was thinking of, but basically if you took this
Wow.
design, if you took that and said, and the city is like this, but you know, sunnier. Kirby loved his day glows. For sure. In any case, that's what you step through to. And that'll be the last shot. As you guys just sort of standing there and like.
The last shot,
now what?
right before it goes black, is Silas checking for bars, and then it goes black.
It's like, just the thing drops. And it's
He like checks, obviously no bars, and then he's like, "Oh, credits roll."
as an excellent callback.
No carrier. And then that's the cut.
Now,
all right. Oh my God, my dog.
Let's all think about what the end credit scene is.
Oh no.
Now, I'm not saying for now. I'm saying for like sometime prior to the next
Parts
session. Let's all fanfic our end credit scene.
Okay. Hopefully we got to a reasonably decent, satisfying conclusion for everybody for at least season 1. Although I kept thinking of
Much more.
Revenant, the protege. I like that shocked, horrified look on his face.
He's like, please, God, no.
Well, I feel.
Switch from delinquent to protege?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm. Nobody else gets to answer this question today, so I will say I feel closer to the team.
Oh.
Anyway, all right.
I feel like that was
For
a nice
an
bow on it.
absolutely epic moment of truth. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yes, so good.
So good.
I think it's funny about this is that there's not funny exactly, but really cool about this is that there's so much more stuff that we could be doing, but it's also a good place to stop. We had a lot of, what could be very frustrating conflict stuff coming up, and it's a pretty good place to figure out what the hell is next. So somewhere out here in the galactic polycule lie answers, and also probably transcendent. So kind of crazy stuff. Riot Squad does Guardians of the Galaxy.
Now that we're at the galactic polycule, Perry has a brief moment of, I may have overdone our suits. Like I don't think Perry realized what the galactic polycule was, so we are ready for anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they may be more than what you were really anticipating.
Right.
But I will say that the purple and the yellow blends right into the general color scheme for where you guys stepped into. It's like, isn't this going to be a little bit much, or not?
I will have to make a new comic book cover.
With the crazy background, you gotta find a better cityscape thing. But there's got to be some kind of.
I'll figure it out.
Something from.
I need to wax briefly anecdotal. I got tickets to a live production of Rocky Horror, and
amazing.
At the last moment, and I was going straight because it's like the end of the night, right? So I was going straight from the show that I was doing in Syracuse after curtain, a few blocks away. Show up to the thing, and whoever I was supposed to go with, I forget how it happened. So it ended up that last minute, like my mom had come to see the show. So I was like, "Hey, Mom, come on, let's go see Rocky Horror." My mom, in just what she rocked up to the theater in, looked like the theater to see my show looked like she had dressed to go see Rocky Horror, because that's just how my mom rolls, and she just fit right in. It was just perfect. So that's what you reminded me of when you said, "Yeah, you're purple and yellow. Just looks like you belong."
I love that.
You just fit in. I don't know. All right. Well, obviously, I love all you guys. This is awesome. This is
Likewise.
I don't know what it's consistently. Most of my games seem to wrap up at about most of these mass games at least seem to go about 30 sessions, and this has been right on that for that. So that's pretty good. Dingoes and Will. I don't know if Will's still on, but if you're not, if you are, thank you for hanging out with us all the way through this. It's been awesome to have people heckling. It's always good. Always good for the heckling. We'll
also,
be
simping for the bad guy. It's always appreciated.
Yeah, simping for the bad guys actually, because apparently when Guardian showed up, did it again. So maybe it's the color scheme. I don't know. There's going to be other stuff going on. I think we got a couple. We might be doing some more of the at least for a couple of weeks here. We'll be doing some of the Starforge, but I think Sean's said something about aliens. It might be happening at a different time.
Now that we've had this touching, happy ending, we're all gonna hate each other and get ripped apart by aliens. It's gonna be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So
it's called range.
I'm gonna need to be brought up to speed on that a little bit, but yes.
So the system's pretty easy. Also, because I'm running one of the cinematic scenarios, all of the characters are pre-generated, so you don't have to create a character, which honestly works best for the scenario because there's a high likelihood that you could die pretty quickly, and if that happens, then you just take a new character from the bunch, and it just helps so you don't get attached to your
original
character. Original
D&D, where it's literally just yep, I got you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a little fun with that, and then we will see what happens after that. So, yay!
Also, more space hobos.
Yay, space hobos!
Yeah, more space hobos. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I don't know if my camera seems like it's completely locked up, but that's fine.
You're like hanging out with us on a 1200 baud modem right now.
For all the craziness and everything like that, this all happened just because we were people who happened to all be into gaming stuff on TikTok, and that when I started following my daughter just to see what stupid stuff she'd managed to kill herself to in Minecraft was not how I expected that situation to go. So this has been the best possible result of all possible timelines. This is
I can't believe that like in August I got on this thing with a bunch of strangers and was like, I hope I vibe with these people, and now it's like y'all are like some of the coolest people I know on here. It's super awesome.
I was really touched by your send this to your internet friend you've never met in person that you know it. I'm just like, yes, ride or die, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
These days we're gonna have no shoot, my wife's calling. Group karaoke session. And play date with Doyce's kids and my kids.
Oh my god!
I need to hop
off
and answer my wife.
If y'all want to fly out to Texas in the beginning of June, I'm going out there. So.
Oh my god! All right.
What part of Texas? What part of Texas?
Austin.
Oh.
I get him for a whole week.
I think I can make that. You said in June?
Yeah, it's the first weekend.
So first weekend in June, what's happening? Because my wife wants to hang out with her sister.
Is this okay going on the internet?
Well, I was gonna say. Let's go. Let's go off stream first.
All right.
I
thought we stopped. I'm sorry.
Not because we want to exclude dingoes, but this is out there for the rest of the world forever. So
I got you.
We'll hit. Cheers, all.
Hey, guys.
Good call.
Bye.
Later.
Bye, Gates.
And that's the end of that.